20% off Truck Stop Load Board Pro for 6 months. The best tool for serious carriers. Don't miss out. Click the link in the description to get 20% off Load Board Pro for 6 months. Need capital to grow your business or cover unexpected expenses? Rock Financial has your back. Whether you're looking for a flexible line of credit, a fast cash advance, or tailored working capital solutions, Rock Financial makes it simple to get funded, often in as little as 24 hours. No hidden fees, an easy application, and real support from people who know the business. Ready to take your hustle to the next level? Tap the link in the description to get started with Rock Financial today. Wish insurance was this easy? With LogRock, it's like magic. Real coverage appears when you need it. No tricks. Get covered now. Click the link in the description.
Warning: the following content contains strong language and may not be suitable for children. This content is primarily for adults, as this is a trucking channel and truckers have filthy mouths. Please don't tweak if I say. Viewer discretion is advised.
What's up? Come on in. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe to the channel.
Sweet.
Turn on all post notifications. How's everybody doing this Monday afternoon, August 4th? Good afternoon. Come on in. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on all post notifications. How's everybody doing? Let's get these bills paid real quick. If you need working capital for your business, click the link in the description for Rock Financial, business lines of credit, working capital, business loans. If you need funding for your equipment, box truck or whatever, there's a link in the description for Rock Financial if you're looking for working capital for your business. Also, LogRock, another sponsor of the channel, I should say. If you are in need of commercial insurance, semi-truck, box truck, cargo van, even if you're a gigger, and today's show is about giggers, all right? So giggers, you may have to have commercial insurance. Check with your state, all right? Not every state is laxed on giggers. In my state, if you a gigger and you doing anything commercial you doing in my state, you got to have commercial insurance and you got to have a license. If you get caught, it's going to be ugly, it's going to be costly, and they probably going to confiscate your shit. All right, so you need commercial insurance. All right, if you are already in the business and you're up for renewal, shop around. There's a link in the description for LogRock. There was a guy on the call-in show last night, didn't know nothing about insurance. He needed a broker. If you're watching this show, sir, click the link in my description below. LogRock, they're going to already know when you click the link who sent you, and get it together. All right, you get your commercial insurance. You need it. All right. Can't get into this business without it. All right, come on in. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on all post notifications. How's everybody doing this afternoon? Let's get this roll call going. Shout out to Kelvin Burks. Kelvin, shout out to all the MGM members. Kevin, you don't got to let us know which projects you're from. We know you from Henry Horner. All right, we know this already, Kelvin. We appreciate you. Shout out to everybody from the Horners. Shout out to my cousins that grew up in the Horners. You dig what I'm saying? We know you from Henry Horner, Kelvin. We get you. Shout out to Valise. Come on in. Shout out to all the MGM members. HCP picks. I know this is what you like, HCP picks. We know you was going to be here bright and early. What's going on? Shout out to T-Bone Toss representing West Texas. Shout out to Box Truck Dan. Shout out to Marcellus. Shout out to Rich representing the crib. Come on in. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. All post notifications. All right, so today we are going to be reacting. All right, we're back into the reaction mode, and let me say this for context. When I react to things, it's from a business perspective. I know there's channels that like to poke fun at people when they're not doing well. When I react to people, it's always from a business perspective. We parallel things. Now, was about maybe 7-8 months ago, maybe longer, but throughout my YouTube journey, I've always challenge the giggers. I've always challenged the giggers and the gig tubers, right? Especially in the niches of the trucking and the cargo van, because so many people get misled. You know how you run off hope. You thinking you could quit your job and be a full-time gigger. And I've always been a person, you can go back through my content, that would go to war with your favorite giggers, your favorite gig tubers. The only exception I'm taking out is cars and cribs. Now, I know some people, challenged him because of his influence. He's a big one, all right? But me and him talk behind the scenes, and, I give him, I think I give him a lot of good advice, all right? And he's the type of person who, will hold himself accountable, and he'll see where, you have to be more transparent. And I think in the video after me and him talk, that you got to understand the influence you have. Like you'll have an influence on people and you really don't even realize it. I realized it. That's why I'm very careful about the things I talk about. A lot of people want me to talk about certain things I'm investing in, right? Because I did a series last year. I mentioned a few things. I threw a few things out there early on, and those things went through the roof. So that gave me the credibility. I did a series on it. A lot of people made a lot of money, but I did it during a time period where there was only upside. Why? Because I understand the responsibility of myself being an influencer in the space, that there's going to be somebody watching that's not going to do their due diligence. They just watch my content. And if I say move, they going to move. They're not going to go behind, right? I understand now, and you guys that watch, a lot of people ask me, like, Mark, when you going to do some more investment shit? The market is too volatile right now. I'm not going to be around you 24 hours to hold your hand. So that's why I don't do it. All right. So there was a time period with all these influencers, and there's still some giggers, some gig tubers that push this whole, start your business, you forget your job. You can do Instacart full time. You can do DoorDash full time. You can do Dolly full time. And I'm always going to say it's cap. You follow that information, you setting yourself up for a world of trouble. All those people that quit their jobs and went and bought a cargo van thinking that they was going to be able to do Curry and Roadie and Spark and da. No. Now you crying and complaining and pointing the finger and saying this person misled you. We're going to react to this young lady. This young lady was brought to my attention when I was doing a lot of the reactions to the Dontay London guy. I seen a lot of people putting the comments, DoorDash. I'm like, what the hell is a DoorDash? So I went and found a channel, and I've been, following. I seen some shit, nothing to react to from a business perspective until today. So we're going to take a left turn on what I was going to talk about today. We're going to react to, this video that she put out about 4 hours ago, and we're going to parallel it. I believe her story is similar to Dontay. She was caught up in the hype during that period where YouTube was pushing certain type of content, and it was just misleading people. All right, come on in, make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications. How's everybody doing this afternoon? Let me get my shit together over here. Let me move that out the way over there. Let me move this out the way. Let me put my sponsors up because they paid me to. And let's react to this content, and let's see what's going on with this young lady. Should I pull this up on the big screen? Yeah, why not? Let's do it.
Good morning, y'all. I'm about to go in my apartment complex and see if I can do a promise to pay because I'm not able to pay my rent. So I'm the kind of person, I don't want to ruin relationships. I want to communicate. I don't want to do anything for content just because it's going to give me a lot of views. Like, I've looked at how much money you can make when you get a lot of views, and it's really not a lot. You really ruin your reputation more with people than the money you make with the amount of people who you're trying to entertain with your drama. So I've realized that getting 25,000 views on a video is only $200 versus
That's not true. That's not true. That's niche specific. Because this is a parallel about business. A lot of people don't understand that as a YouTuber, there's different niches, and different niches advertisers pay more. You're going to get paid more in YouTube, in education and finance than you do in like what this is considered vlogging, which falls under the entertainment. I could prove it to you, but then that's going to put you into my business. 25,000 views for her may only result in $250, and I can show you videos where I've got videos that got 50,000 views that have made over $1,000. If 225,000 views for her is getting her $250, that means 50,000 views would be equivalent to $500. I have videos that are over $1,000 because of the niche, right? So that's not true. The way YouTube works is advertisers bid to go on certain videos, and certain niches pay more. Finance and education pay more than this, right? So that's not true. So when I see a lot of people, even with the Dontay London, and I can show you, if people want to doubt, I can show you videos where I got 50,000 views that have paid over $1,000, right? So when people say, well, how is Dontay, it's got to be capped, he's getting all these views, he's got to be making money, that's not true. He's not in a niche where the RPM or the CPM pay exceptionally well. He's in entertainment, he's in vlogging. Advertisers don't bid that much to be on those types of videos. I know YouTubers that have way more subscribers than me. Their views are higher than mine, but my channel makes more revenue because I'm in an educational field. We talk business, we talk financial literacy. It's education and it's finance. I have videos that advertisers bid hundreds, thousands of dollars to be on. So even with the Dontay London, just because he does a hell of a lot of views, it doesn't necessarily equate to a lot of money. All right. So what she's saying is true in her situation as far as vlogging and entertainment, but that's not across the board.
25,000 people who are watching you ruin your life, who are watching you tear down relationships just for content. And that's not what I want to do. Like, that's $200. And let's just say you make $7,000 in 1 month. That's over 1 million people who are watching you ruin your life for $7,000. And you've ruined relationships just to make $7,000 in 1 month. And over 1 million people saw you ruin your life for content. And that is not something I want to do. Like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to ruin relationships just for content. I don't want you to see me do stupid stuff just for content. I don't want you to, I am 43 years old, y'all. I have learned some things about life. Relationships are very important. People are very important. And this content, just to do things for content, you can literally ruin your life for $200 or for $7,000. And that's not what I want to do. So I'm creating content, sharing my life with y'all, sharing my thoughts, so you can see that you can actually have conversations with people. You know, you don't have to do.
So here's the thing where I talk about accountability. I hear what she's saying, and I've done a little research on her because you guys brought this channel to light like a week or two ago when I was reacting to the other guy's content. The problem is their channel, from my understanding, was built on gigs, doing gigs. All right, so this is where your platform was built on. So then when you get to a point where the algorithm is working in your favor, now you're promoting this idea or this ideology of, you know, not wanting to work and gigs are the way to go, you're pushing this on your audience. The ignorance is it wasn't sustainable. Where I want people to hold themselves accountable is misleading people. The reason why audiences turn on people is because they believed in these people. They believed in what they were saying. They followed this blueprint, whether it was right or wrong, and then it didn't work out for them. So now if you're in a position where you're of influence and you're telling people this is the way to go, and then when it doesn't work out for you, you have to do the walk of shame. What do you expect? What do you expect your audience to do? This is why I challenge content creators. This is why when I get up here, I always drop the link and shit like that, because you got to have a moral compass. You have to have a moral compass, because there are people that are watching you. When I say months and months ago that, the gig economy is not what y'all think, and I argue with these people and I challenge them, it wasn't the fact that I wasn't right. It just wasn't right then and there that what I was talking about, you were seeing the results. Now you're starting to see the results. How can you build a business? How can you sustain on something that you can't control? How? You can't control it. We're going to do a deep dive further into this from a business perspective as we get through this live stream, though.
Do it just for content. I'm about to go into my apartment complex and I'm going to have a conversation with them, and I'm going to let them know that I need to do a promise to pay, because I don't want to get evicted. I don't want to be homeless, and just communicate with people. A lot of things I've gotten in life is because I know how to communicate. Y'all, I tell y'all all the time to create your own thing. I finally am back selling my hair product, y'all, and I woke up this morning to $400 in orders. And my product is not the cheapest product, so I haven't sold my product in over a year. And to wake up in just a couple of hours and see that I've made close to $500, people have been waiting on me to put my hair product back out there. And so my hair product is back out there. Like, I want to create things to make money. I don't want content to just be the way I make money. I want to be able to be a business. I am a business owner. I have an LLC. I'm trademarked. I just took a break on my...
So months ago, her and Dontay, and there was a few other people, I guess, when their channels were going, they were pushing the idea of start a YouTube channel to make money. See, here's where people get misled and from people. Are there channels that make a lot of money in content creation consistently? Of course. What are those channels doing that others that can't make, sustainable income on their channels aren't? Providing value. Goes back to what I was saying earlier. This is why the bidding process for advertisers is different. This is how she's saying a video that she has 25,000 views on makes $200, and a video that I have 25,000 views on makes 500, 750, 1,000, because the advertisers see more value in education than they do in entertainment. There's channels that make over $100,000 a year, a month, but they're providing some form of value. Your struggle, your journey, your vlog is only going to take you so far. There's no value there. It's just like a soap opera. But yet and still, 7, 8, 9 months ago, during this time period when everybody was promoting gigs and simultaneously, you got to start a YouTube, pick up a camera and record. YouTube is paying. Shit was cap. These same people now are all just miraculously getting evicted. Make that shit make sense for me.
My hair product.
It makes sense to me because I told y'all months ago, from this niche, in trucking and gigging, as far as like the Currys, the Roadies, the Sparks, the whatever they is, the Flexes and all that shit, it wasn't sustainable. Stop quitting your job to do this shit. This shit is to supplement. This is side shit. You can't build a business being a gigger.
And now I'm back, and people have been literally waiting for me to come back. And so to see that I can make money from DoorDash, make money from my hair product, make money from YouTube, I want all the things. I don't want to just create content.
Why don't people just go get a job nowadays? What's wrong with just going to work? Why is a job frowned upon, bro? I don't understand it.
I don't want to ruin my life to get views. Y'all, it's a real thing. Like y'all think people are winning when they get a lot of views, or they're winning when they get a lot of attention. It's really tearing down their soul.
That's not true. It's not true. There's a difference from a channel that provides value and a channel that is just entertaining with no value. You can have an entertainment channel, but the value is the entertainment. If you're not providing something to somebody where they're laughing, you're putting them in a mood where later on, after they view that content, they're thinking about it and they start to chuckle later because it was just so entertaining, then you're not providing, like a soap opera. It's not like people are just watching to see what's going to happen next. That's it. There's plenty of channels that are doing 6 figures a month and it's not tearing down their soul because they're providing value for people to make money or get out of their rut. When I do the call-in show, I listen to people's issues. They come to me because of my tenure and experience in this industry, and I'm solution-based. That's value. No one, like, to be honest with you, no one cares about your plight. Why? Because majority of people in America have their own plight. They're really just there to kumbaya with you because misery loves company. They're happy that you're down because they're down. So they just come to see if your situation is worse than theirs. And that's the truth of the matter. When I do my content, when I do the call-in show, it gives me a headache. Why? Because of the ignorance of some of the shit that people come up here with. I'm not doing content that irks my soul. Why? Because I'm not misleading people. I'm going to war with the people that are misleading people, giving people the truth. I don't feel bad because I ain't did nothing wrong. The reason why you feel bad and the reason why people feel bad is because deep down in their soul, they know they're doing something wrong and it's eating at them. Deep down in the soul, they read the comments of the people that bought into whatever it is that they were selling. I'm not saying selling something physical like a course, but the idea of, yo, start a YouTube channel. You can run up a bag. Quit your job. Become a gigger. Do DoorDash. Do Instacart. Stop making money for these slave plantations that we're working for whole time. Instacart and DoorDash are publicly traded companies. You know who benefits from all the shit that you're doing? Guys like me that invest. And then as soon as the rates go down, or as soon as they make a tweak and they start paying you less, you see what we saw the past week. Everybody complaining. But we're going to talk about it.
Tearing down their heart. It's tearing down the relationships in their lives. It's making other people look bad when you do things just to get a lot of views or just for content. Please do not think that's how you have to do this, because that is not how you have to do this. You don't want to ruin relationships just to get a lot of views. So I'm about to go in here and talk to my apartment people, and I let them know I'm going to pay.
So she's saying you don't have to do things to get a lot of views. Trust me, I'm new. Y'all put me on to this person, a week or two ago. But yet and still, I feel like this is an attempt to get views. Like, I'm 45. I grew up in an era where, I was told and taught, don't put people into your business. So you saying stop doing shit, basically putting people in your business while you simultaneously doing content that's putting people in your business. So it's doing it for views. Where's the value? Where's the substance? It's nobody's business that you're getting evicted. Now, you could say, okay, well, this is being transparent. This is a form of transparency and her holding herself accountable for, I guess, misleading people. But you're doing exactly what you're saying people shouldn't do. What I believe she's realized and what I think Dontay has realized and some other content creators is because their views have gone down, they've seen that their views are going up off of pity. They've come to the realization, they've accepted the fact that their life is already out there now. So if this is what we got to do to turn shit around to increase the revenue, then so be it. Like, I'd rather go get a job before I showcase my pitfalls. Simultaneously, while she's saying you don't have to do things for views, I believe it's kind of hypocritical. But let's see what else she has to say.
You're gonna give me to the 15th. That's the thing. She always tells me when I call her, if I'm late on my rent, she's like, do you know how many people don't? She said, do you know how many people don't answer their phone? They don't communicate when we try to call them, and then they're getting evicted, and then they want to get upset. So many cars have been towed over here because people have not registered their cars, and they want to get mad at them for their car getting towed, but they didn't communicate. They didn't listen. They didn't have the communication lines open. So I just wanted to say that real quick, y'all. You do not have to create content where you're like ruining relationships. You don't want to do that. That's not cute. It's not cute at all, y'all. I love y'all, and I love what all of y'all are doing, but don't sit up here thinking you got to create content where you ruin relationships and you ruin opportunities just to get content. That is not how it is. I'm sorry, it's not. Listen, one thing you want to always remember is relationships are very important. All right, so let's go in here. Let's go sign this promise to pay. Let's go talk to my apartment people. Let's communicate. Communication is so important. Do not sit up here thinking you got to create content and ruin relationships, because that's not, it's not cute at all. Is that for mine?
Is it for you?
For LaToya?
Yes.
Wow, as soon as I walk in, you had it, girl?
Well, I mean, I had a bunch of
Thank you. Oh, you must have saw me walk in.
I did.
Okay, I was like, you...
Date,
15. I was like, you good, girl?
I got a question for everybody that, follows, like gig tubers and shit. And it's not just her. We're just using her as the standard because she actually has a bigger name. There's some that I've clashed with over in our sector of trucking within the past. We don't have to go into specifics, but here's a question. If the people that people deem credible that sold them this dream and you followed their ideologies and you quit your job and they're collapsing right now, what does that mean for everybody else that's watching at home? All these so-called people that master the gig game, if they can't keep their heads above water right now, what's the chance of the rest of the people who believe in this ideology that's trying to follow that playbook? Like, where do you see yourself going? It's just a question. Just think about it.
No, you're all
Thank
set.
you.
And then I don't know the number off the top of my head, so
Okay.
we'll figure that out.
Yeah, we're gonna get that taken care of.
Okay.
All right. I appreciate y'all. I was looking online and this guy was upset because his car got towed. But do you know how many messages y'all sent out?
Oh, yeah.
About that?
Calculated up. We had sent,
15. No.
in total, communications, whether it was email, text, or phone call, we did over 57.
57. And see, I got every one of them. I got text message and I got emails. And I'm like, people are getting mad. I got my car towed twice. I'm not getting mad at y'all. That's my fault.
See, and we appreciate that so much.
No, I appreciate
Screaming
y'all.
at me. But
No.
yeah, like whenever, right before we went live that week, we called every single person that still had it. We called them, and then I had like a little notebook that like I wrote down like spoke to so and so, left a message. People were coming in here screaming at us that y'all didn't contact me, and Polly was like, went to the notepad and was like, actually, Selena spoke to you on such and such date. Y'all said this was said, that was done, and the people were like, no. And she's like, have a good day. And I was like, thank you, Polly.
Yeah, listen, I just want to let y'all know y'all do a great job, and I appreciate y'all. I know I'm late on my rent, but I appreciate y'all.
Communication is key.
And I appreciate y'all, okay?
If you ever need
I'm
anything.
trying to get my life together here, okay? You see, I was.
We're all in the same boat there.
Well, I pray for y'all. Thank y'all so much. I'll stay up on my stuff, and I'll communicate.
Sounds good.
All right. Thank you. You too. Y'all see that? Like, communication. Don't let nobody sit up here and show y'all their life and make you think that that's how life is. You have to communicate. You have to stay on top of your stuff.
Now, I think she low-key sending a shot at Dontay, to be honest with you. Because she's speaking like, she's speaking in a way, she said, don't let nobody sit up here and show you their life and blah, blah, blah. I think low-key she's referring that shit to Dontay.
And don't ruin relationships for content. That's not what it is. And
I think she's jumping in front of it for her own sake, for her channel.
I don't know. I'm not trying to see. I know y'all see a lot of hate videos about me and stuff like that. But when I tell y'all, if you talk to a customer who's ever bought my product, anybody who's ever dealt with me, they will tell you she communicates, and life happens and stuff happens. But I try my best to be a good person. I try my best. Even the people who hate on me they once loved me.
There you got it right there. The people, she says, the people that she feels are hating on her, they once loved her. Like, why do people think people hate on them? The reason why you feel like they're hating on you is because they feel misled. So now they're coming back and they're expressing their grievances towards you. This is why, as a content creator, you have to be very careful of the content that you put out. You have to understand your level of influence, whether you're providing some form of value or not. Content creation is like how, my generation used to look at TV. The people that were on TV, this is how the new generation looks at us, right? It's something that you have to get accustomed to. And every single thing you do, there's somebody watching that may not be active in the comments. They may not be active in the chat, but they want to emulate it because they look up to you for whatever reason. And if you're pushing some type of ideology about, or just content about, gig apping is just the way to go, and this, that, and the third, and then you got people that are literally creating jobs that are able to sustain their lifestyle and their cost of living, to go out and take this chance on something that they 100% can't control. And when that shit goes belly up, what do you expect them to do? They're going to come back to the source, and then they're going to express their grievances with you. And you got to own that. You got to own that. You're an influencer. They're not hating on you. They're just upset with you because they feel misled.
Once saw something in me, and even they saw something in me, you know, despite their hate videos, despite whatever they say about me, even they at one point adored me, followed me, loved me. And it's like, it's weird when people start hating you all of a sudden.
It's not weird. I'm giving her the answer. Hopefully she sees this, because I'm older than her. And I'm not, this ain't a hate. We're paralleling this from a business perspective. But right here, you have to hold yourself accountable. People just don't, a large group of people just don't flip on you for no reason. There's a reason, because they feel misled. One or two people, okay. But a mass majority of people, they feel misled.
And it's like, that's just weird. But, and I understand it. I understand it when you see somebody come up that looks just like you, that's where you want to be in life. It does bother some people, okay? But
where you came up at that short period of time, it wasn't sustainable. It just wasn't. I don't give a fuck what nobody tells you. I'll be the person to tell you. Me, I've fallen on the sword all the time. I'm the person who's going to tell you what you need to hear, even during the euphoric phase of whatever bubble you may be going through, whether it's a gig bubble, a trucking bubble. I'm going to be the person that's going to tell you, yo, you tweaking. Get your shit together. This shit ain't going to last forever. Why? Because it's not sustainable. If you're not a business person, you wouldn't understand that. You wouldn't know how to articulate it the way that I can articulate it, and then be able to substantiate what you're saying with facts like I can do it, because I understand business. Why would an individual think that for the rest of their time on this earth, they'd be able to build this business and sustain the cost of living on a gig app? Impossible. You don't control it. You turn the app on, you wait. They send you something. If they want to send you something, there's a bunch of other competition. There's other people in this cesspool that are waiting on shit to come through. You can't control the pricing. You own a business, I own a moving company, I can set my prices. You either take it or you leave it. They send you something, yo, I need you to go here, pick this up, take it there. This is the price. You can take it or leave it, but here, there's a metric system that if you refuse so much, your acceptance rate goes down and you risk yourself of being terminated off the app. How can you build a business on something that you can be terminated? How can you build a business and sustain the cost of living when you can't control the rates? If an overabundance of competition comes into my market, let's say in moving, there's things that I can do in marketing to ensure that I still meet whatever quota that I need to meet as far as inbound customers, customer acquisition on a weekly basis. I can lower my price. I can spend more marketing dollars. I can increase my budget for marketing. You can't do that with a gig app. So how is it sustainable? How can you build a business on it?
But I still love y'all. When I tell y'all I love y'all and I want you to win, I want you to win so bad. Even though you make videos about me, you talk about me, I want you to be so happy and successful in this life that it's not even funny. It's not even funny how I want y'all to win. But just communicate and love on people. Apologize if you messed up, and just keep on going. You know, just keep pushing. All right, I'm going to get out here and do my job, what I'm supposed to be doing. Also, I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. to work. I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm not sitting up here not working. I'm not a bum. I don't want anybody's money. I don't want you to send me any donations to help me in any way. There's been dire situations, and I'm like, nope, I'm going to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to go to sleep at 10 o'clock at night or 11 o'clock or not even sleep at all and just work all day if I have to. I'm going to put in the grind because I don't want the stigma to be that I'm a bum and I'm lazy, because I'm not. I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning and I started working. And yesterday I made $300 with Uber, Grubhub, and DoorDash. Yesterday, Sunday. And so I'm working. And
now, to my understanding, that's something that it takes a person 12 to 16 hours to do, to make $300. But see, what people don't understand is the costs that are associated with doing this shit to make that $300 in 12 to 16 hours. The wear and tear that you're putting on your vehicle, the costs that are associated with fuel, so on and so forth, and most importantly, your time. And then we wonder why all these gig tubers are in this situation right now. Because what they're doing is they're exchanging their time for instant liquidity. But really, they're operating at a loss. Now, to a person who doesn't understand business, what I just said went over their head. They're working and operating for instant liquidity, all while simultaneously operating at a loss. They're really losing money doing this shit. And this is how they're in the situation that they're in. The liquidity is instant, but you're behind. Why? Because all these hours that you're putting in, the costs that are associated with working 12 and 15 hours for $300, you're operating at a loss. So how is it sustainable? Why don't these people just go to work and get a job? I don't get it.
a part of me is like, dang, like, how would I feel making content showing people that I'm ruining relationships? I couldn't do that. I just couldn't. Like, that's, at the end of the day, the money you make from getting a lot of views is not worth ruining your life and your relationship. So I love y'all. The relationships.
Here's the thing. Let's talk about this gig business for a second right now. From my understanding, across the board, payouts are down. What people don't understand is why are payouts down? It's a business. A lot of these startup companies, were started about a decade ago, right? And, something like Instacart and DoorDash right now, are profitable companies, right? Instacart is a publicly traded company. I believe their ticker symbol is CART, CART. DoorDash is a publicly traded company. I believe their ticker symbol is DASH. I don't invest into any of those companies, but I understand the landscape of business. Those companies' number one priority is to appease the investors. It's not to appease the service provider. So when I see these people complaining and I see them going through what they're going through, is because they just don't understand business. They're just going to continue to complain. It's in the business's best interest to appease the investors. As a person who invests into companies, let's take Amazon, for instance. You see a lot and I'm finna trigger some people, so don't get mad. If you get triggered, if you feel moist in your heart about what I'm about to say, then that means you're guilty. I see people that do Amazon Relay. And I'm not talking about content creators. I'm talking about everybody, more so viewers that complain, that believed in this whole thing with Amazon, and now that the rates are what they consider trash, they want to trash it. Amazon's It's not their business to appease you and run your business. It's their business to make sure that a guy like me who invests in Amazon is happy. As an investor, I give two fucks that the rates to you are trash. As an investor, I want to make more money. So if that means lowering rates for you so that as an investor I make money, so be it. That's how the game is played. You know what it's called? Capitalism. There's no fucking way in the world if I ran Amazon, I wouldn't be investing a small percentage of the money that I earn back into the company. I call it double dipping. If you've been running something like Amazon Relay for 5 or 6 years, you should have a nice chunk of change. If you don't, to me, you're a fool. I understand that over a period of time, these gig apps are going to continue to lower costs for the service provider, and they're going to continue to increase the cost for the consumer. Why? Because the consumer is now accustomed of the convenience of using these apps. People are lazy. People don't want to go out and buy groceries. They'd rather you bring it. If I'm paying, let's say, $9.99 a month for a subscription for, let's say, Instacart or DoorDash or Uber Eats, if they increase it by a small percentage, and let's say now my subscription is $11.99, as a consumer, so fucking what? When they decrease the pay for the service provider, it's going to affect them more, right? But at the end of the day, the company is trying to find that happy medium to appease who? The investor. That's all who matters. You can't control it. So why continuously promote this fuck shit about not wanting to go to work and live like a fucking Viking off a gig app instead of taking your ass to work and using the gig apps to supplement your income? I don't get it. I don't understand it. People that work gig apps all day long, you make less money than a person who goes and works a job. And I'll debate anybody. I'll actually even drop the link. If you are a goddammit stone cold, true to heart gigger and you just fuming right now and you want to come up and explain to me how, I'm gonna drop the link. A person who works a job is much better off than a full-time gigger. You know what's crazy is the cost of living continues to go up. And if you're at a job, a career, you get what's considered a cost of living increase. But what's strange is the people who do gig work, your cost of operation continues to rise and your payouts get lower. They get lower because it's costing you more to operate, and the gig apps are constantly pushing the rates down. One is due to the oversaturation. The tougher it gets out here, the more people are going to sign up for things to supplement their income. And two, publicly traded companies like Instacart and DoorDash have to continuously appease the investors. So if that means we got to take from you to make sure the investors' investment continues to go up and to the right, then so be it. We're going to take from you and we're going to raise the cost slightly on the consumers. It was never meant to be a career. It was a stopgap, a hustle, a gig. What's crazy to me, gig is the actual word. Gig. Man, you know what? You used to hear gig back in the day. Like, I got this side gig. Yeah, once I get off work, man, I got to go work this little gig, man, for 4 hours, make this little extra money, man. It's what it is. It's a gig. How can you build a career out of a gig? Now, everybody that hyped this shit up is losing everything. Explain it to me. Pippi, can you drop the link? I'm curious to see if anybody wants to come up and debate me on this. Any giggers? I'm willing to debate any giggers. Come on up and explain to me how being a gigger is sustainable. How many more people do you need to see in these situations before you wake up? There's no way on God's green earth I would ever risk my stability for instability. Explain to me how a gig app is going to allow me, because everybody that I look that's doing this shit is struggling. How is a gig app going to be able to afford me the cost of living, insurance benefits, if you don't own a home, be able to make enough to cover the cost of living and set money to the side to buy a home, the earnest money, down payment, retirement? Because if you're going to treat this gig shit like a business, that means you have to be proactive in investing into retirement. You don't have a job, you don't have an HR manager that's pulling you to the side and consulting you, as far as how much money you should invest into retirement. Like, you have to be proactive and do all this shit on your own. How is it possible? You don't see none of these creators talk about this shit. Let me drop this link, man. I want to see if anybody want to come up. Pin. Link is pinned to the top of the chat. Link is pinned to the top of the chat. Somebody said you got to be smart with the money, no matter how you get the money. But here's the thing. We're talking about gigs. You could be smart all you want, but if enough revenue isn't coming in to meet the cost of living, my issue with a lot of the gig tubers is they're misleading the youth. Every fucking time I do a call-in show, I got to hear the same shit. Man, I just want to get away from the slave plantation. I want to control my own destiny and my own fate. The problem is, if you're not a good worker, you're not a successful employee, you'll never be a successful boss. Don't let that shit go over your head now. If you're not a successful employee, you'll never be a successful boss. Every call-in show, you see the level of ignorance. And ignorance is not a bad thing. It's just a lack of understanding. But there's a lot of things that a person who is a novice coming in should know based on the research. The issue is the work that's associated with the research. People aren't even doing that, which contributes to why 90% people that come into our industry fail off back. Person who's doing gigs that we see, being smart with the money, where is the overflow of money after covering the cost of living to invest into your future? A job, let's say, right, may help you cover the cost of living. And then if you utilize, let's say, the gig apps for what it was intended for in the first place, you can use that supplementary income to invest into the future. There's people that are working 12 to 16 hours a day to make $300. There's no health benefits. There's no retirement. They're operating at a loss. They're 100% operating at a loss. They're exchanging their time for instant liquidity, meaning, okay, I worked all day, 15 hours for this $300. But guess what? That money is going out because the expenses, the operational expenses that it's costing me to make this $300, plus the expenses that I have to live, toiletries, light bill, heating bill, gas bill, groceries, it far exceeds what's coming in. If a person goes and makes $300 a day working, let's say 8 hours, there's no cost associated with it except the minimal cost that it took them to get from point A to point B, which is their place of employment, whether they drove there or whether they took public transportation. So they're going to see more of that money versus the person that worked 15 hours or 12 hours all day driving around the city to make that $300. You never hear these people talking about the costs that are associated with making the $300. They just say, oh, I make $300. Oh, I worked 12 hours. I've been up since 5 a.m. How much of that do you really see? Why don't these people talk about health insurance? Why don't these people talk about retirement? The link pinned to the top of the chat. It's pinned. Any gigger, you want to come and explain to me how this is sustainable? The floor is open. I'm curious. It's not a career. It's not stable. It's not sustainable. I remember people used to use gigs like side jobs to like pay off bills. You'd hear people say, yo, I gotta go moonlight on this other job because I'm putting a kid through college. What were some of the jobs prior to the gig economy that people moonlighted that were considered gigs? Let's say you police officers, right? What were the police officers? Even still today, they'll go take a security job. They'll go become a bouncer at a nightclub. A person, let's say that maybe in computer programming, they're working for a company as a career. They may do some programming, freelancing on the side programming. A person who may work for a maid service company on their off time, they may do it on the side. Was always considered something to supplement something else. Hence the term gig. You're using it for something extra. It was never meant to build your life around it. And I've been saying this shit since day one. As a business, supply and demand, profitability, appeasing the investors. If I invested into Dash, I would give two fucks that they're lowering the rates. Okay, let's look at it like this. When you see companies, and even in the recent layoffs that we've seen for the publicly traded companies, what happens when there's a big announcement that whatever company is laying off people? What usually follows that the next day? If a big Fortune 500 company today says they're laying off X amount of people, 9 times out of 10, what's going to happen tomorrow? Let's see who's a smart business person out there. If a company today announces that they're laying off people, 9 times out of 10, what's going to happen tomorrow? Nobody? Nobody? Paul Smith, you got it wrong. Asian X got it right. And I think I saw somebody else get it right. I think DZ did the stock price increases. Y'all got it right. Normally, when a company announces layoffs, stock price goes up. Why? A lot of dead weight. A lot of payroll is gone, which usually turns into bigger profits. It's business. Why would you think as a gigger it would be any different? Let's look at Dash. Dash made a huge announcement last week, right? I think they also brought somebody over from what's that company called? Spotify, to be an exec in the revenue department. And guess what? Dash's stock is up 3% on today, which is equal to $9.67 currently a share. It's up $9 a share today, almost $10 a share. Nobody gives a fuck about your ignorance, because that's all it is ignorance. That's why when I see people on the internet complaining, I can go look at the other side of the equation, and there's people cheering. Which side of the coin you want to be on? Is it wrong? No. It's business. It's capitalism. That's the lesson here. And I know it's going to go over some people's heads. And I know there's going to be some people that are going to watch this in a replay, and they're just so sold on the gig economy. And I'm okay with that. We need people to remain ignorant. If they don't want to do what's right, by educating themselves, holding themselves accountable, and changing their mindset, then cool. We need people to remain ignorant. We can give them all the jewels and the information that they need to change their life. But what I realize is a lot of people just want to remain ignorant. And I'm cool with that too, because if they didn't remain ignorant, who we going to make money off of? See, if I invested into DoorDash, I'm okay with people remaining ignorant. This is how the stock price continues to go up and to the right. The more people that are lazy, that don't want to drive their ass down the street, right, and get their goddamn food themselves, and the more people that come on the internet and promote this shit of quit your job, be a full-time gigger, that are okay with working 12 and 15-hour days for minimal money, because they think, I work 15 hours for $300, but they don't understand the costs that are associated with it. And then they just realize that they just exchange all that money to make the investors richer. Cool. You can go get a job, have some form of sustainability, and then take a percentage of the money that you made on your job and invest it into these companies, so that this generational wealth and this dream that everybody promoted you in the wrong way, you can actually have a better chance at living it. Capitalism, for lack of a better word, is just preying on ignorance. the same people that are promoting you to quit your job, these are the same people that's making money off your ignorance. Without you investing all your time into making peanuts at your cost, this is how these companies become publicly traded companies. And I think Dash is at $258 a share. It's up 3.89% today, which equates to $9.67 a share. It's up $9 a share just today. So there's people out there that are driving all across town for a couple $100, all while consuming the cost. And this company is just connecting dots. And the investors are high-fiving each other today. It's a great day if you're a Dash stockholder. High five. Let's look at Instacart while we at it. Instacart is up 2.6% today. If you look at the charts, as the rates continue to go down, the stock chart continues to go up and to the right. I knew I was going to get somebody. Hey, the link is pinned to the top of the chat. So then what's your solution? I was just fired. I gave a solution. You was late. This is what I'm saying. You come late and you ask for the solution. You need to rewind. I gave you the solution. Go get a job. You was just fired from your dream job back in May and looking for a job while bringing in what's needed for my time. All what time? 45 hours. This dude is wild. Click the link. Let's have a conversation. Let me see where you at with it. I might be able to help you out, pimp. Click the link. Click the link. What was your dream job? I'm curious. Why'd you get fired from it? Let's have a conversation. Link is pinned to the top of the chat. I got some time. I might be able to help you out. Because I don't understand what you saying by all what time, question mark, 45 hours, question mark. This dude, what are you talking about? There's a link at the top of the chat. Click it. Let's have the conversation. Maybe it's my market, but I can make $100 a day. Where is this at? That's $3K a month, covers rent and bills while begging to get right. What's wrong with paying bills with your own time? $100 a day, that's it. That's where you setting your goals at, big dog, in 2025? $100 a day? I knew I was going to trigger somebody. Click the link. Let's have a conversation. Talk to me, big dog. Yo, what's up? Talk to me.
Yo, what up, yo?
What's going on?
All right, so you saying you give up all your time and you running back and forth, and what I'm saying with $100 a day, that's all that's needed. See, I'm not one that's greedy, right? So I go out and get what's needed, and then take what's more precious than money, time to go spend with family or go do other things that are more important than sitting in an office building or a warehouse with a manager who might have
Mm.
had a hard time with his wife, and now he got to be an asshole, send me home early, or I might get fired from somewhere. As I just stated, I was fired from my dream job. You asked what was my dream job? I work in the cannabis industry. I was working in a warehouse, 9 to 5, pension, all that. I had the whole line and got fired. Long as you show up for DoorDash, do your job, and go home.
So you said all you need.
All that's needed. Go get what you need. What you being greedy
That
for?
that that that's where you defeated yourself right there, big dog.
Give up all your time and you running back and forth.
You
And what
got
I'm
you got
saying
to
with
turn the play back off,
that,
big dog. You can watch
I'm
yourself on the
not one that's
replay a little bit
greedy,
bit
right?
later.
Hold on, I got you. Pausing that jump. I was pausing. My fault.
You just defeated yourself by what you said. All you need. What about the future? That's a get by mentality. That's not a get
Don't
ahead
don't you need?
mentality.
But don't you need for the future though?
Yeah, but all you need is a get by mentality. That's not a get ahead mentality. You said, man, all I need is 100. Then I
All
can
right,
go
so okay.
spend the rest of my time doing this and doing that because I don't want to be there with this person. That's a get by. All that screams is get by, not get ahead. So then guess what? Life catches up with you because you had a get by mentality. When life catches up with your ass, now you behind.
All right, so
That's not.
okay, I
That's
hear
not.
that. I
That's
ain't
not.
argue.
That,
I wasn't on a get by mentality when I had the 9 to 5. When I had the what everybody said you need to make it. Right? You need the job to pay rent. No, you need the job for a paper trail. What you need is money. Find a way to make some money. You don't need a 9 to 5. Create a product. Go find a way to produce something that people want.
Okay, so what's the likelihood of you succeeding in that? Because 90% of the people that do that fail.
Very true. But I had, like, as I stated, I had a job I got fired from. I just knew I would be okay for the next 20 years. I could retire in an industry I love. And no, I got turned around and got replaced by a machine.
Okay, so whose fault is that?
None of that, no fault of anyone's own. You said life catch up. That was a life thing. As
That wasn't
technology
a that
advances,
that
things
wasn't a
will
life
advance.
thing.
As you,
That was a that
I,
wasn't a life thing. That was choices and decisions and not preparing yourself for the future.
okay, that's funny. How can I affect what a CEO that I will never meet, won't write me a Christmas card, birthday card, won't call the phone to see if I'm all right? How can that prepare me for a decision that he makes?
You
By
missing the
going
point.
out,
You missing the
hold on. Your
point.
pause told me by going out and creating something for myself and taking care of myself versus depending on a company or a CEO that'll be like, I got your back. And then, as you said, things happen. Stock rise, stock drop, and now we got a job market that look like trash
Why do you keep talking about the CEO? What the
because
CEO got
that's
to
the
do
person
with
who
you?
made what the CFO. Who do you want in charge of you? You want someone in charge of
Okay,
you to be like,
wow.
good job, here's your check.
You said you was terminated because something replaced you. What
Due to
replaced you?
automation. Automation, a
Automation replaced you.
machine.
Okay, what did you do at the job?
I was a packer and trimmer, so I packed bags and I trimmed wood.
Okay, so in your off time when you was not at work, what were you doing in your downtime when you wasn't at work?
So that took up 8 hours of my day. So I got to take the other 8 hours and do what I know make money. I created my own products. I sell juices. I DoorDash when I needed a little bit of money to go into my business. So when you say, "Oh, you can't take that money and put it into a business," that's a perspective that's not true.
So what are you doing now?
Selling my juices while looking for a job in DoorDash and going to go get the $3,000 a month I knew was smart to get before I applied and got a job.
So you looking for a job?
Yeah.
So
I'm
then
not against a
what?
job. I'm not against a job. I'm
So
not against it. I just know it's smarter to depend on yourself versus going somewhere where somebody could be like, oh, today we don't need you.
I don't see that ideology is what's fucking up a lot of shorties out here right now. I don't believe in that. I think more people should actively go out and get a career, right? Then and here's the thing, as a business owner, obviously I'm not against business, right? But I understand what it takes to be successful in business. And a lot of people today aren't willing to put that work in to be successful at it. I think more people today need delegation. I don't know. I've never seen you before. So I say this shit all the time. In 5 to 10 years, the mindset now, people are going to be wishing that they had a career and a job 5 to 10 years from now, because 5 to 10 years from now is going to be a privilege. If you go into something that you know you can be displaced in, that's a choice and a decision that you made.
But don't nobody go into a job thinking they're gonna be displaced. You as a trucker, right? You don't think Amazon would fucking take a truck, put a computer on it, and say go to point A to point B? A computer can do your job as well.
So
It can do the
here's the
whole
thing.
job: to load the truck, to ship the truck, to send the truck to point A to B.
Here's the thing. I'm never a person who's complacent. I always look into the future. I know you don't follow the channel, but anybody that's been following my channel for years, they'll tell you I've forecasted so much shit. I'm 100% in forecasting on this channel. What is this? August 4th of 2025. Mentally, I'm in next year already.
I get that.
You see what I'm saying? I know how shit works. I'm 45 years old. I've never seen shit get better. I've always seen it get worse. So my tenure in business, right? And just my tenure of life, this is why I have the mindset that I have. If I was in a situation right now, like some of these people that's on the internet complaining, the last thing I'd be on the internet doing is complaining. I'd be out going looking for something that's sustainable. Understanding business, I understand that the costs that are associated with what they're doing, that they're complaining about. See, this is the issue. Everybody that promoted this shit is now complaining about it. And then they don't understand why their audience is turning on them, because the shit that they were promoting, they didn't understand the business of it. They thought it was going to last forever.
In one of my comments, I posted a few, I guess, up on, I don't see the comments, but I posted, maybe it's my market. Maybe it really is my market. I'm in the DC area. So me to go out and, like I said, get what's needed is easy. So when I go on, like you said, these other Dashers channels, and like I'm not making what's needed, or DoorDash is unfair, like you said, it's not here for a career. Take the money and run. Go do something. It's money for right now. Go outside, go get some money, and then go figure out something. That's how I see it.
All right. Well, I thought you wanted to debate. I thought you was more pro gigger.
Oh, I am. Oh, I definitely am. Like I said,
but you're a pro gigger. You're a pro gigger in the facet that it's made for, to supplement. Okay. So I agree with you. I want to debate a person who is pro gigger as a career and nothing else. They frown upon working a job. That's the person that I want to go toe to toe with, because I want them to be able to substantiate how is that sustainable.
I just look at it, like I said, the money I make, I don't need a job. It's nice to have, but it ain't like, oh, I lost my job, I don't know what to do. Nah, I just see it as,
no. If you lose your job, if you lose your job, 100%, grab whatever you can get to bridge and to fill those gaps while you looking for another job. That's what you doing. That's what you supposed to do. Mm-hmm. I want to debate the person who is promoting this whole gig shit as the way to go, because it's not.
I'm gonna subscribe. I'm gonna watch. I'm interested, bro.
Yeah, that's all good. It's just a little misunderstanding.
Have a good day, yo.
Appreciate you. Yep. All right. Hold on, I think I saw somebody else that said some crazy shit. Let me see. Did I see somebody else, moderators, that said some crazy shit that want to call in and debate? Hold on. Let me see some. Have my own health insurance. When I was working for Fort Living 95, I was making 550, a week. I make 1,000 to 1,200 if I take out 200 for tax. Wait a minute. So you saying you made 500 to 650 a week as a forklift driver, but when you do gigs, you make 1,000 to 12. And you say if you take out 200 for tax and 100 for gas, you still at 900 for the week. Those numbers don't even make sense. Those numbers don't make sense. You mean to tell me in Uber you can gross a week $1,000 to $1,200 and it's only going to equate to $100 in fuel? You must be driving something that's running off of water or some shit. That shit can't be running off fuel, pimp. You mean to tell me you're spending more on tax than you are on fuel? That means you don't understand business. One, I don't believe the numbers. That shit don't make sense. You're generating $1,000 driving at those rates, and it's only equating to $100. So, and its taxes is $200. So you don't understand write-offs. The numbers don't make sense anyway, pimp. The numbers don't make sense. You're spending more in taxes than you are in fuel? Make this make sense for me, Mr. Jackson. Mr. Jackson, make it make sense for me. How are you driving all week and making $1,000 to $1,200 and it's only equating to $100 in fuel? And how are you spending more in taxes than fuel? Now, somebody watching probably like, I don't understand what he's saying. Make that make sense to me. So you fill up for $25 in a Honda what? In a Honda what? In a Honda what? A Honda Civic. So how many rides are you doing to generate $1,200? Click the link. I want to have this conversation because something ain't adding up. Something ain't adding up. Something ain't adding up. It ain't adding up, pimp. It ain't adding up. That ain't adding up. It's not adding up. It don't matter. If it's a combo, it's not adding up. Even from the tax perspective. It doesn't make sense. I know somebody said they lost. I'm lost too. I'm lost too. I'm trying to figure out how is it you're paying more in taxes than you're paying in fuel for something that you're incurring cost on. You don't even understand write-offs. That shit makes absolutely positively no sense. It doesn't make sense, Rich. Something ain't right. I wanna understand how is this possible. He said he gonna order his Chipotle and then he gonna come on. There's no way if I was a Uber driver, like I don't see how you can make $1,200 and it only costs me. And I take Ubers. I talk to Uber drivers. Uber drivers ask me, man, how much did you pay for this ride? Man, they only giving me this much. So I think I have an idea of how many rides you have to do to make $1,000 to $1,200. And I'm just trying to figure out how you can make that type of money and it only costs $100 in fuel for the week. I'm gonna let him order his Chipotle because I need to understand this. All right, mostly DoorDash, whatever. Whatever. I want to hear it. I want you to click the link and I want you to help me understand this shit. I want to understand this. What car is if to me DoorDash is worse then because the rates on DoorDash are cheaper than Uber, right? Because you're delivering food, so you're doing lower payout. So for something that pays lower, for you to make that type of money, it equates to more driving, which means more cost. How are you able to do this type of money with this type of cost? And what do you have that everybody else don't got? I'm curious. No. I want to know. You stand. No, I want you to click the link and help me to understand something. No, he said he gonna come up. He ordering his Chipotle right now. Cause I'm just curious. He gonna order his Chipotle. Then he say he gonna click the link. I'm curious. He gonna tell us how he makes all this money and it don't cost him nothing. I'm curious. We're gonna find out today. Link pinned to the top of the chat. You said it only cost you $100. Man, just click the link, pimp. We gonna get it together as soon as you click the link. We waiting on you to finish ordering your Chipotle, and then you gonna break it down. You gonna break it down for us, big dog. Because I guarantee you, there's more costs associated with it than what you put up here as far as this $100 a week. Let him finish ordering this Chipotle. How big is the tank on a Honda Civic? How big is the tank on a Honda Civic? Now, we're going to wait for you to come up, Mr. Jackson. We're going to wait for you to come up. Let me see some. Honda Civic fuel tank size. 12 gallons. Okay. Honda Civic. Average MPG. 30 to 40 miles a gallon. So is he coming up? Yeah, just click the link, pimp. Click the link, then it's going to ask you to put your name in, and I think join, and then I'll be able to bring you up. If you don't got it, Pippi just put the link in the chat for you. Yeah, click the link. Click that link, either the link at the top or the link at that Pippi just put in, and then there you go. What's up, sir?
What up, big dog?
What's going on? How long you been watching the channel?
Huh?
How long you been watching my channel? Or this your first time?
I just subscribed to you.
Today?
Nah, I subscribed to you about like maybe like a month ago, 2 months ago. I like what your content for sure. But you're right though. It's not sustainable for a lot of people. It really isn't. You gotta really grind and be able to do this and get out here every day to really do this shit. Like,
where you live at? What markets you live in?
Ohio, Cincinnati to be exact.
Cincinnati. So you saying you can do DoorDash, make $1,000 a week, and this is over the course of what, 5, 6, 7 days?
Hello?
Yeah. So this over the course of how many days a week?
I ain't gonna lie, I do be out here every day. But like maybe like on the weekends, like Saturday and Sunday, I don't go as hard. Like I work the morning shift. But I'm out here almost like every day. I ain't gonna lie.
How many hours you out there?
I would say I wish I could pull it up on my phone through the app. But
No,
I do like at least 6 to 8 hours. My
so 8
one friend, he
hours.
do 12 hours. He make about 300.
So let's say 8 hours. you say you got an 05 Honda Civic, which equates to, you say, $100 to $150 a week in fuel, right? What
Yeah.
what about your
I live
other cars?
right in the zone, in the hot zone. My rent is not. I'm in the Midwest. My rent ain't that high. All my other bills, I'm able to pay all my bills with this, just doing this. My whole point was saying that I'm not against a 9 to 5. If I had to work a 9 to 5, for sure, hell yeah, I'm gonna go get my money. But doing this, I have more freedom, more sustainability to do things that I want to do, like on my own time. Like I just came from the gym. You know what I'm saying? I can still do what I want to do, spend time with the family, do shit like that. So it ain't nothing wrong with either you going whether you working or doing the gig, you still gonna be putting in time for money. So, but I agree with you though. It's not sustainable for a lot of people because, like you said, they can deactivate you for anything. A customer can say, "Oh, he was high," or "He smelled like alcohol," this and that. Like, I don't mind going to work at 9 to 5. If I had to, I would. But right now, this is making me more money for sure.
Here's the issue. What about the future?
You right for sure. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. This ain't forever. This definitely ain't forever. And it do take up a lot of time though, for real. It do take up a lot of time. This is
See,
go ahead.
my issue is the way this shit is promoted on social media from influencers and how the younger generation it 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 it's misleading. As an older person,
Yeah,
I understand what it takes to get ahead in life. I know what it takes. And what the gig economy it doesn't provide what you need to ultimately get ahead in life, right? So if you're using it as a bridge, because like the previous gentleman, you're in between a job, and while you're looking for a job, this is something more instantaneous that you can do to continue to have revenue come in. I get it. If you're using it for what it was designed for, which is to supplement something else, cool. Kudos to you. Thumbs up. I hold you up here because you're willing to go above and beyond to provide yourself uh, a better quality of life. The battle that I'm battling is
for sure.
with the people who promote it as the end all be all. Fuck the slave plantation.
Yeah,
Fuck this shit.
yeah,
This
nah.
is the way to go. Because
I
I
know
see
what
the
you're talking
youth.
about.
Right. That's where I get upset because I know. Right.
Like make $300 a day. It's a lot that comes behind that making $300 a day. You ain't gonna just, and that's not every day you're gonna make that $300 a day. People
Mm-hmm.
just, I see a lot of people they say, "Oh, quit your 9 to 5 to do this." Nah, I don't agree with that. Keep your 9 to 5. If it works for you, that works. Shit.
But that's a
You
gross.
know what I mean? I ain't against.
That's a gross number. See, $300 a day as an owner operator is different from $300 a day a person who goes and works a job and that's what they gross. That $300 a day as from an owner operator, there's costs that are associated with that
Right.
that are gonna be higher in most aspects than the person who's working a job grossing
That
$300 a
300
day
a day might be
minus the
really
taxes.
50, 40.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
So what I've come to realize from doing content is the level of ignorance that exists. People will take that gross number. We even see it on this side in trucking. People will take that gross number and then they'll run with it, and then they'll ask the question, where did all the money go? And then you got people that are watching this content. This is where the misleading starts. One, they don't understand business. It's costing you money to make that $300.
For sure. Hell yeah, I agree.
So,
Like I said, you're right, man. It's not sustainable for like long term, but I've been doing it for a little while, and this been working until I could find a better career or something. But
what were you doing? What
this
were you
has
doing
been working.
prior? What were you doing prior?
I had a forklift job. I was doing shipping and receiving. I had a lot of jobs, man. I bounced around a lot of places, honestly. Like machine operators, all different types. My resume is long. It's just like I said, man. The places could fire you, and one easy slip up, you late too many times, or you dealing with different managers and I can't deal with people anyway too. So that's kind of why I like doing this shit. But from what you were saying, though, people on the line promoting it like that, I don't agree with that for sure. That's some other shit.
So
it's not
as
just straight.
so as the rates continue to go down with these gig platforms, because they're going to continue to slide, then what?
Yeah, that's true. That's a good question because it's kind of is getting oversaturated too.
It's going to continue. It's oversaturated already. It's going to get more as the cost of living. See, you got to look at it like this: you got people that, let's say, like you, that do it full time, but then you have another group of people that do it for what it was intended for originally, to supplement something else. So you got people that work careers, but they have to go sign up for gig apps to supplement income because of the continued rise in the cost of living, right? So as the cost of living continues to go up, people are going to look for more sources of income, and one of the easiest ways is the gig economy. So more people are going to continue to fill in, all right, which is going to because it's supply and demand. The gig apps don't give a fuck when the rates go down for you. Actually, that benefits the investors.
Right.
If we can continue to get the same services done at a fraction of the cost, who benefits from that?
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's just, I guess, like after just being fired a couple times, and I just jumped on this, bro. And it's just been bringing me money. But for sure, like what's next? Like what you said earlier,
and that's cool. And that's cool. But last week on the internet, everybody was complaining about DoorDash, complaining about, I guess they took something away, or some shit, or whatever the case may be. And then I think the DoorDash hired, who did they bring over from Spotify? Was it DoorDash or Instacart brought somebody over from Spotify? Was it DoorDash? DoorDash.
Oh, damn, I didn't know about that.
Hold on.
It just get harder. Like, you can still make your money. You can still make your band a week or whatever. You just have to put in hours. My bad, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
So, last week, DoorDash, they brought over Lee Brown. He's going to be the new chief revenue officer from DoorDash. They got him over from Spotify. So if DoorDash just hired this big exec that they were able to pull from Spotify in the position of the chief revenue officer, a person who's getting hired in finances, what do you think he's there to do? Is he there to make it better for you or for the company? Chief revenue officer.
For the company. The company, right. Hell yeah.
All right.
That's why I said I agree with you. Big dog. Like I was saying, this is what it is for right now for me. But
yeah. If you're using that to supplement, then yeah, I just, somebody got to fight the good fight so that the youth ain't misled. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. That's why I like with you. You definitely be on it. You be on it.
Yeah, I don't.
All these niggas.
Yeah, I don't want the young generation to continue to believe this shit, because here's the thing: the more people that get involved, the more saturated it's going to be. The lower the rates are going to continue to go. So we need them to invest their time into educating them on educating themselves on things where they will not get displaced. So they don't have to be running around like you see so many people running around right now lost. You see what I'm saying? Just like, I don't know if you watched the show last night. I was telling the guy he wanted to drop out of school. No, don't drop out of school. Just major in something that you can't be displaced on technology in the future. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, I just,
young.
You said what?
I said, especially being young, like the dude, the kid you were talking about, want to drop out of school and shit. Hell no.
Yeah, because I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know how old you are, but I can tell you this for sure. It's not going to get easier. And I'm speaking from a cost perspective. I'm 45. It's going to get harder. I've never seen the cost of living go backwards. I've only seen it go up.
For sure, right.
So I always use this as an example. I remember pumping gas for 89 cents a gallon. Me,
Right.
I remember putting gas in my car for 89 cents a gallon. You see what I'm saying? And it's just like I was talking to the guy before you. He said something that kind of triggered me. And I want people to change their mindset. I don't want people, especially people that follow me, to have this get by mentality. Get by is only going to be able to get you by for so long.
I know some dude said that. I was like, that. He was right. That is like a get by mentality type shit. Like, you only got to make certain amount. But if that's what he's using it for, then that's what he's using it for. Me, I'm full time, so
I hear you. But regardless of whether you're using it for that right now or not, you always have to be in the mind frame of getting ahead. Even if life is fucking you up at the time, you can't have that mindset to get by, because I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. Life. Even when you just getting by, you still have to have the mindset to get ahead. Life going to happen. And it can happen in many different ways. You see what I'm saying? So when it does happen, getting by ain't going to be enough. Now when life happens, now when life happens, you went from getting the by to being behind now. When you always think of getting ahead, even if you getting by, if you keep the mentality of getting ahead, eventually you're going to get ahead. Why? Because you're going to continue to work and do whatever you got to do. If it means working 18, 20 hours, working 2-3 jobs to get ahead, when life happens, you'll have that nest egg. It won't hurt you as bad. And you won't be behind because you had the mindset of being ahead, because you mentally you've been preparing yourself for the inevitable. It's whatever it is, it's going to happen, bro. It's just like I call it a get by versus a get ahead mentality, an IC versus an MC mentality, an owner versus a non-owner mentality. As a person who owns shit, I'm always have to be mentally prepared for the unexpected. If I had a get by mentality, when shit arises, I'm not going to be prepared for it.
Well, I get what you're saying with that for sure. That's true. That's true. I like that.
So that's it's a mindset thing. When I be antagonizing these gig tubers, really I'm just antagonizing them and antagonizing the people that believe in that ideology to change their mindset.
Got you. Yeah, nah, for sure. Because everybody be on that 300 hours a day and this and that, but they don't tell the full story though. So
$300 a day, why limit yourself? So it's just like $100 a day. Why limit yourself? See, that's the issue. A person will go out, they'll make $100 a day, and then they'll be okay with that. I'm not okay with nothing. When the money call, I need to go get it. And there's no limitation on how much bread. Ain't no limits.
Right. See, when I first started out, my goal was only like 75, 100. But now, as the more I do it, I go up. I try to go to 200, 250, 300 some days, like on the weekends, if I really put in them hours. But for sure, like, I try to at least go up. I don't limit myself, try to limit myself, you know what I'm
saying? Yeah. Even if you got to go out and work, you saying you got like 4, and I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm just saying we just doing hypothetical. How much is a forklift driver paying your market right now? 20-something hours,
honestly,
30
right
an
now,
hour?
like 20, like 22, 25. My uncle just got on that DHL. I think he's gonna be doing the forklift, and I think he's getting like 24. So I can easily get up and go get a job, but it's like I'm right here. I ain't got to drive to work for real, and it's just working for me right now.
Let me ask you this: does that 25 an hour come with benefits?
Yeah, It probably after a while, after you put your time in, after you put in like
So
what 6 months or whatever.
okay. So now does that 25 an hour on an 8-hour shift with benefits, is that more valuable than 12 or 13 or however many hours at $300 plus the costs that are associated with making that $300?
It depends. It depends what you know. Because some people don't like to deal with other people, or some people don't. Some people want to got kids and want to stop and do this and may not be able to make it on time for work. It all depends. Like,
But see,
but
here's
I
the
wouldn't
thing.
tell like a young
But
kid.
but see, here's the thing, and I can't take that as, and this is where I challenge young people at. I can't take that as an excuse. Why? Because my generation and our parents had to work. Like my generation, there was no fucking gig economy. My mother had to do whatever if
No,
she had to drop us off at grandma's house, right? If she had to reroute the school bus and lie about and use grandma's address as our where we live at so that we can get on the school bus and get us up at 5 in the morning and drop us off at granny's house, because my OG was a school teacher. So she had to be at work during the same time when I was getting on the school bus, because she might have recess for the week. She had to be on the playground, some shit, whatever. Teachers obviously got to be at school before school starts. So she couldn't drop me off at school. So I remember she had to do what she had to do. You dig what I'm saying? So why is it that our parents, during a time period when work from home didn't exist, gig economy didn't exist, how is
right.
it that our parents still made shit shake? So I don't look at that. I think when people use that, they use that as an excuse to not take their fucking ass to take their fucking ass to work. Oh well, man, I ain't got nobody to keep the kid. Man, do what you got to do. Our parents did it.
Hell yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
No, I agree.
So I don't.
This shit, this gig shit is still work though. It's still
No.
like you just playing DoorDash. She talking about she getting up at 5 a.m. Maybe sometimes I didn't get up at 5, 6 a.m. and been out here all day and I made that money and you know what I'm saying. And it's all the same shit if you working or not. You still gotta have money to either get ahead or get by,
I
regardless.
just don't like people slamming jobs, because a lot of the people that slamming
I
jobs,
know. I
even
don't agree
her,
with that either.
I
I
I,
don't
I
agree with that either.
guarantee you, if she's 40 some years old, then that means her parents are boomers. Our parents work. Like, how are you slamming some shit that our parents, in a time period where they worked 30 fucking years to retirement, we watched them get up and go to fucking work? That's like a spitting in their face.
Right.
And then you gonna be the
Now I
same
peep that.
motherfucker in 5 to 10 years that's gonna be wishing you had a job, when it's gonna be more of a privilege than anything else. Because this shit right here, I'm telling you, I'm
I
telling
don't
you.
agree with the job
What?
slander and all that. With the job slander, get out now and quit your job. And I don't agree with that shit. If you got to work a 9 to 5, then do that. Do what you got to do. I don't agree with it. I ain't gonna tell nobody not to go to work. It all depends on your situation. What works for you? You know what I'm saying?
I think
So
another
I get what
reason
you're
why
saying. I don't.
I think another
But
reason, not to cut you off, why people complain about this working for people and I just can't work, is due to the sensitivity level where society is at. Like, man, you got people that's sensitive, bro. Like,
right,
man, it's
can't be
just,
told what to do. This and that. And for me, the reason I'm doing this shit full time and ain't looking back because I've been fired for a lot of places like for this stupid shit. Like I've been tired of getting fired and
but is
not
it
saying DoorDash to fire me too.
but did the
But
stupid
but
shit was that shit based on your choices and decisions though?
I say 50-50.
Well,
But for recently it's been more of a oh we got to downsize and you know you the first to go you this and that and shit like that. It's been sometimes off of my own mistakes for sure. Like when I was younger, hell yeah. But like recently, the past 4 or 5 years, like 3, 4, 5 years, it's just been
you know
just
why that's happening though?
laid off.
I'm gonna be honest with you. 50% is due to the individual, and the other 50% is due to the peers. The one of the worst things that, and this is just my thoughts, is just my observation of what has gone on since the pandemic. Companies realize that they can do more with less. The pandemic showed companies that, listen, we can still get the same level of productivity done with less people. We can pay the talent that is performing well, 3%, 5% bump, and save money by getting everybody else. We'll put more of a workload on the best talent, give them a bump, and we'll get rid of everybody else. So it's 50% of people not wanting to perform, right? And then the people who are displaced is because their performance level isn't that of a person who does go above and beyond. I'm old enough to remember where we would go to work, everybody would go to work, and they would go above and beyond because we're fighting for placement. We're fighting for seniority spots. We're fighting for advances. We're fighting for promotions. There was no gig. There was no fucking all this.
Fall back
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I'm an OG, so you can't feel this sucker shit. Like, we had to get down and get dirty. We had to get down and get dirty. There was no, it's either you work or you didn't eat. There was nothing that we can do that was at our free will to make money. There was nothing to pacify us like this gig shit. And there's nothing wrong with it if you use it for what you use it for, if you're using it in the correct facet. But I think a lot of the reasons why people are losing jobs outside of technology is companies figured out that they can still get the same level of productivity with less people, which equates to higher earnings for the company.
The company, right? Yeah. The more they keep in their pocket, hell yeah. That's kind of like what happened with my last situation, for sure.
So I think that when people get displaced, not everybody is getting displaced. It's just the people who are outperforming their colleagues are the people who aren't losing their jobs. This is my observation. You know, the corporate America is still a competitive landscape. It's always been competitive. Now it's even more competitive. You're also competing with the mindset of individuals now not wanting to work. Imagine the morale of an individual who has this woke mindset. Oh, I'm coming on the slave plantation. That's still working for the corporation. You'll be able to tell. Right. Versus the person who's proactively coming to work, looking to take your fucking job.
Real shit. Now, like I said, I agree with you for the most part, big dog. For sure.
Yeah, we just
let me get back to my 12 hours.
Go ahead.
To make this money, man.
Go ahead and do your thing, pimp. All right. Yes, sir.
Good looking out, bro.
Yes, sir.
Hold it down.
Yep. Let's see. Whoa. Zeke said plumbing is one of my backups on the list once I'm done with the CL stuff. I think that's a good trade. Always need somebody to ride a toilet, fix a clogged drain. I've had a couple plumbing issues already this year. Very small fix. I mean, this guy was literally here. And I'm taking out the time for him to run to Home Depot to get the part once he came and figured out the issue. 15 minutes. It cost me $485. 15 minutes. And I'm taking away the time when he came and looked. He looked for 5 minutes. He ran to Home Depot. He came back in 10 minutes. He said, all right, Mr. Mark, how you going to pay? I'm like, damn, you done already? He said, yeah, $485. It's not something that a robot can do. There's plenty of shit out here that people can do to make money. So, Malika, I'm 100% in agreement with you. I had another plumbing issue earlier this year. $375. And that guy was literally here, and that was just it actually cost me more, but the plumber's job only cost me $375. He was here literally 5 minutes. So I don't like it's see. Let me see. Anybody else want to come up and talk? Who was that? Kurt? What's up, Kurt? Anybody else want to talk about the gig economy before I get out of here? You want to support it? You want to debate? You want to change my mindset on how I look at it? The link is pinned to the top of the chat. I think anybody that follows unrealistic shit from content creators, I think if you follow that shit and you fall victim to it, that's 100% on you. If something sounds too good to be true, then it is. That's just how I was raised, and that shit has always held true. If something sounds too good to be true, then it is. You know, so let me see. Shout out to Kirk. Who was Kirk talking to? Well, he says consult reseller facilitator is her backup. And that's another thing. Let's look at it from the consulting perspective. You know why a lot of people, it's so much money into consulting. Like, it's a lot of money into consulting. I make a lot of money and not consulting people, like viewers or people coming into trucking, the big dogs, right? You know why a lot of people can't transition into that consultant bag from a professional landscape is because they don't take the time to master something. In order to be a consultant, you have to have tenure, you have to have expertise in something, you have to have something mastered in order for someone to pay you a premium amount of money to advise them. People today don't want to take the time, 10, 15 years of their life and master a craft to even get to that type of bag. It's crazy. It's so much money out here, it's pathetic. It's so much money out here, it's pathetic. What's up, Kirk? Is that Kirk? Is that Kirky Fresh? Why you look different? Look fat. Yo. What's up, man?
Yo, why you messing with us giggers, man? Leave us alone, bro. You're not even driving a damn trucker man.
You're not a gigger.
What's wrong with you, man?
You're not a gigger. I'm retired.
It doesn't matter, bro.
Hey, Kurt, look.
Gigger, man. Yo, you
Kurt, listen. Check this out. Check this out, Kurt. Check this out. This is
you always messing with Amazon and all those gigger drivers, man.
You're not a gigger. You are a owner.
Giggers, man.
No, you don't.
See what I'm saying?
No, you don't. You don't support them.
You've been running around messing with Amazon drivers, giggers.
Hey, I've been doing a great job at it. No, they're not.
Box truck drivers. You know what I mean?
What's up, man?
You know what I mean? Like, leave
what's
us
up,
alone,
Kurt?
man. See what I'm
Kurt,
saying?
you ain't no gigger.
You know, you always starting trouble over there in Chicago, man. See, here's the thing with you, Mark. You all up in your house all day, man. So you can say whatever you want to say, man.
You're right.
You know
hey, Kurt, it costs a lot of money. Hey, Kurt, you know how much money it costs to be in the house all day? It ain't free. Hey, so guess what? We did what we needed to do. All right? So that's all that matter. What's going on, though, big dog? Listen.
Not much, man. I'm still
We
here,
came,
man.
we saw, we conquered. We took food off people's plates and we put it on ours.
Hey, my people over here, they push it. hey, my people that push it over back at you, man. They say
they can't. Listen.
Look, man.
Listen.
Don't bring that guy Mark on your channel no more, man. Don't bring him over here.
Hey, listen. If they can't handle the truth, then
they can't get over what you said, man.
What about the kids?
Yeah, man. They getting mad at you, man. They never forgive you for that.
Oh well.
Yeah, we got to do an apology segment for you, Mark.
I never apologize.
You're gonna have to come and
wait
apologize.
on it. Never. You're gonna be waiting on that one. What's up, though? I'm not apologizing. Why would I apologize? Why would I apologize for something that holds true? Why should I care about your plight?
They're your people, man. Hey,
in business, why should I care? Listen, in business, and it's my business versus yours. How do I expect to get ahead if I concern myself with your plight when I have my own to be worried about? If you came into business and you're sensitive because you don't understand the competitive landscape of business, then you probably should exit.
Yeah. But Mark, people always gonna have a problem, man. You know, at the end of the day, this is what happened, right? All of us have an expectation. I think the level that everybody wants to be on, they did not know. Like you said all the time, when they come out here and they see how much work they got to put in, you know what I mean, to have the time off, the money, all this shit that, you know, I mean, I've never get evicted before. I've never put myself into certain situations like these people, and I'm pretty sure you don't. But
hey, hold on.
A lot of the stuff I see.
Hold on. I thought Pop Sosa was blocked. How did he sneak back in? Is that Pop Sosa talking about it all makes sense?
Pop Sosa got the back door, bro.
Hey, see what I'm saying? A motherfucker who claim that they so angry, they always watching. Always watching. You know why, Kurt? You know why, Kurt? You know why? Can't get enough. Because at the end of the day, even though they may disagree with one thing, they know that value. They know that's 99% value. It's 99% value. So he can't help it, Kurt. I told you, Kurt.
I told you these guys love you, man.
I know they do. They get mad. I know. You can't help it.
Listen,
Pop Sosa can't help it.
Listen. Pop Sosa ain't the only one. All these guys who pretend like they don't like you, they love you, man. They watch you religiously. I told you this all the time. They love your content, all them content creator. You know, they take sun bites, they take talking points, they take notes, they watch you. You know, I see a content creator the other day put out a little shorts, and he was showing that when you pick up a partial, you use a tape measure. Who you think they get that from? They get that from me.
He's talking about Pop Sosa still mad that one of my intro songs was Diddy. He in the chat talking about Diddy. We talking about gigs and he's talking about Diddy. This dude done found a way to come back into the channel talking about Diddy.
These guys was in the military. See, I keep telling you about these soft guys I've been in the military, man. They be so soft.
Then he's the type of person he like to what they call that? What's that? Gaslight? He said, he claimed he was in the military. He claimed he was in the military. I don't believe he was in the military, Kurt. I don't believe he was in the military. Because people that I know in the military, they not that sensitive. They're not that sensitive. He's supposed to be in the military. He's supposed to be in the military, but he's fine with illegal aliens coming over here. So you like nigga, that's like insubordination. Nigga, you supposed to fight for us, nigga. What is you talking about? He ain't got shit else better to do. Man, I don't believe he was in the military.
He probably was in the military, but never shoot nobody. You know, when you go in the military, you don't shoot nobody. That doesn't count, man. He too. I wouldn't call him sensitive, but he too triggered.
He too triggered. He like everything that got something to do with illegal aliens and shit that don't.
He's an immigrant. He's an immigrant.
Man,
That's what.
that nigga ain't no immigrant. Here's the thing. Here's a motherfucker who hold on. He's black and he's Dominican, but he sides more with his Dominican side, right? He sides more with the Dominican side, right? And what it is this is what triggered him, because he can't deny the information. He even said, he's like, your information is great. He's still triggered over the fact that I don't want illegal aliens over here, bro. He's not even a legal alien.
You're black, man, and when you listen, when
and then
you're black and you speak against immigrant, listen. When you speak against immigrant and you're black, you know what I mean? Because again,
I didn't speak against immigrants.
Got so much issue. Yeah, because you say you don't. You say you don't want. You want Trump to deport them. So
it's a difference between an immigrant. It's a difference between an immigrant it's different between an immigrant and an illegal alien. See, here's the issue right now, bro. Here's the issue. Let's talk about it. I haven't talked about this shit. I've been leaving it alone because I don't want to go. But since you're an immigrant, a real immigrant, it's funny to me how, you know, people like Pop Sosa who are mixed, when it was cool to be black, everybody was black. Afro Latina and this, that, and the third. Even Fat Joe sided himself with being black. But now that it's cool to be Hispanic, it's like, fuck black people. He came up here and said, Mark, you know we don't like black people. You know, and he's 50% fucking black. He's 50% black, bro.
I don't know, man. People are too sensitive nowadays, bro, and I don't know. We living in a soft society, you know what I mean? Like you said. So I don't know, man. That's why I just reach a point where I just do what's best for me and my family, and I already kind of figure out what goes on out here. You know, this girl you were reviewing, it sounds to me like she was talking about Dontay London for a minute, but she doing the same thing. You know what I mean? I don't know, bro. I don't know. I just think we're living in a society now where it's just people are they're just weak. A lot of weak people around, bro. Like our generation is out of here. See what I'm saying?
No, we still around. It's just no, our generation is still around. We're not out of here. It's just you have. I don't know, bro. I don't know how we as a society just got so soft, bro. I just don't know. Where did it come from?
Yeah. And this tell-all business on the internet, I mean, you know, it's like a soap opera. Like everybody feel comfortable coming and telling all their business. You know what I mean? I mean, the world don't owe you understanding, bro. Like, I'm not gonna sit in front of my phone and tell a bunch of strangers my problem. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they don't give two shit about you. And then
that's some new shit.
In the line, you don't want no help. Yeah, that's some new shit. And then you tell all your business, but then you put on, well, don't send me nothing. I don't want your help. So why are you telling your business? Like, if I'm gonna tell you what's going on, you best believe I'm gonna get you better send me $2,000.
That's why I think it was hypocritical.
You better pay them damn rent.
That's why I think it was hypocritical. Yeah.
I want your help. If I'm gonna come and tell you my shit is twisted up and I'm about to rob the bank, or my face is all on the ground scraping up, you better I got a Cash App, I got WhatsApp, whatever the hell it is. You better send me some of your money.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I don't know, man.
I think
that's pride, that pride shit or that pity shit chips in. You know what I mean?
I think, you know, so I think some people, they'll do whatever they have to do, even if it means humiliating themselves for a bag. And that's what I see that's going on in that niche. They're just willing at this point to humiliate
Yeah, I
themselves
think so.
for a bag, and that's just what it is, bro. It's unfortunate, but I just don't understand why you just don't
Yeah.
go get a job.
She got a job. She says she's not lazy. She got a job. She says she's not lazy. She says she don't
But
want you to sorry for her.
no, but here's the thing: a
I
lot
don't
of
know.
people that do that, they say, "Oh, I'm working really, really hard." They don't understand that all those hours that you're putting in to make that money is coming at a cost. It's coming at a cost. You know what I'm saying? And they don't understand that. If I go and work a job at $300 a day, and you go and you drive, let's say, doing a gig app, and it takes you 12 or whatever 13 hours to make that same 300, I'm gonna walk away with more money than you at the end of the day.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah, they don't understand a lot of stuff.
right, so.
And that's why sometimes when you talk, people get so offensive because you're speaking at a level that they don't understand, and they're looking at it like you got to understand also that some people only know to make $2. They don't know how to break that $2 out up and then see what the profit at that $2 is. You see what I'm saying? So you
Mm-hmm.
gotta remember also that a lot of these guys, they can make money, but they don't know how to divide money to make it profitable in their in what they're doing. So that's why
Mm-hmm.
sometimes a person will run around and says, "Oh, I make 250 today. That's good. I spend $50 in gas, and it take me 7 hours." You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you got to pay insurance, you got to pay gas, your mileage, maintenance. Is that a good
Depreciation.
day? Really? Is that really a good day? Yeah,
Dep-
depreciation is that really a good day? So, but they don't look at that. And also, what I come to find out, when a lot of people dig deep into what it really costs to really
mm-hmm.
even to make money, or how much it really costs them to really run a truck or run a van, it kind of stressed them out. A lot of people hide away from the total cost of what it really is.
Mm-hmm.
Because really and truly, some people know they're only making 50 cents at the end of the day, but they don't want to face that reality. You got to look at that too. A lot of people shy away from the reality. And she's the next example of what I was talking to you about the other day, when I was saying there's a lot of people that run around, say they don't want to own any house because they don't want to, quote unquote,
Responsibilities.
there's too much maintenance come with a house. Right. But
Mm-hmm.
that's running from accountability. That's the first side.
But
Anytime you hear anyone say that, that's number one, running from accountability, because that responsibility that you have to get your ass up and maintain that house, they don't want to face it. But the downside of that is you miss one fucking payment of your rent, they're going to kick you fuck out. So you
mm-hmm.
got to choose. You can't have both. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? No, they never kick me out of my shit, because if they try to kick me out of my shit, Mark, I'm going to burn the shit down. You know that. Because all my money I put in over them years, they'll go get that shit back. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So the bank ain't gonna kick me out like that. They're gonna buy me out, right, Mark? They're gonna say, "Look, Kirky, we see you on YouTube. We know you crazy. We gonna give you 25 to get out of this house and leave it in one piece." You see what I'm saying, Mark?
Right.
But see, when you rent, I don't give a fuck. They're gonna take you down. And listen, Mark, let me explain something to you. Did you know that a lot of the judges and prosecutors for these apartments are friends with the owners? Some of them is even family members with these big apartment complex. They got these judges and prosecutors, they're buddies. So
Mm.
that's why, Mark, listen, back in the days, if sometime it was, yo,
Yep.
yeah, sorry about that. My brother just come. So
Mm-hmm.
these prosecutors, they're with the apartment complex, they're friends, bro. So that's why it's so easy to get a motherfucker out now. Like, they file today, and by next week, you're fucking out. You see what I'm saying? You see what?
Yeah.
Because they understand it's business.
Yeah, they're not waiting 3 months no more because a lot of people have got hip,
right.
have got hip to the squatting laws.
Man,
so it's
bro.
like you can't wait. Like you gotta jump on that shit ASAP and get them up out of there because they'll squat on your ass. They'll squat on your ass
Yes,
in a
sir.
minute. So
Yeah, but see,
it's
if you own your house, they ain't gonna get that fast though. They gonna, because the bank gotta go through a different process. See what I'm saying?
yeah. Foreclosure is a way longer process than eviction. Like if you got to evict a tenant, but yeah, it's unfortunate, man. That the world we living in is just fucked up out here. Bro, I was watching some shit earlier with the shit that's going on in LA with like them just steady running in stores and the police can't, because of the laws out there as far as like you can't do nothing and it's just so much shit going on. You got the people that have, the squatting and shit. You got the aliens, the illegal aliens, they're squatting and shit. Somebody is teaching these illegal aliens, man.
What problem you got with
somebody
us, man?
is teaching.
I used to be an illegal alien, man. I used to be an illegal alien, man.
Hey, you ain't no illegal. You okay now? You okay? You ain't Hey, you ain't FBA. You ain't part of my past, man. Hey, you ain't FBA, but you're a citizen. So you okay? You all right? You all right? You all right? Hey man, who
you got problem with us, bro?
Duh, I ain't got no problem with you.
But yeah, I got you, man. But it's unfortunate, man. It's crazy out here, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's messed up out here.
But
big
yeah,
dog.
you did a lot. You did a wonderful live today. Yeah, that's these reaction live, man. You know what I mean? And to the guys who came on, I was watching these guys that came on. You know what I mean? Like the end of the day, you just gotta, like, y'all just gotta put your mind to it and just do what you do. It's hard sometimes. It's very discouraging. Trust me, I've been there. You don't want to get up and do a lot of this shit, a lot of the way people talk to you and just the environment. You don't want to do it, but at the end of the day, man, it's going, like, look at me and Mark right now. Like, I'm chilling, bro. Bro, I was in Phoenix with my son, right?
How was that? Was that
we
good?
Went on
was
a
it a
little
good trip?
road trip. Oh yeah,
Are you
man.
Road trip or y'all flew? Y'all drove the truck?
Yeah, no. I bought a car, so we went and pick it up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right. Mark. I know you're gonna get on me. You bought an next car. That's where your money at. Yeah, I know you're gonna get on me with that. Yeah.
It depends on what you bought and what you bought it for. It depends on what you bought and what you bought it for.
If I can't pay for it, Mark, if I can't pay for it, I'm gonna burn it up, Mark. Trust me, I'm gonna burn it up. I got you.
Yeah, all right.
But yeah, me and him went on a road trip, and we,
Kurt, why you be buying cars and like you can't buy cars and drive them across the country? Like I thought you was a player. You supposed to buy it and have an auto transport deliver it to you. Why you putting the miles and all them bugs and shit on the car, bro?
No. See, that's the American side of you chipped in. See, you don't understand what really goes on, Mark.
Nah. You ain't know.
You ain't know why I go with my son on the internet, or you want me to tell you one-on-one? Because I tell you why I really bring my son. Because my son was for the ride, but I can really tell you why I go get it.
Nah. I definitely don't believe it now. I definitely don't believe it now, bro. I don't think you would put your kid. And if you did that, then you a goddamn fool. I don't believe that shit. So you can say all that shit to somebody else.
I just wanted to. The reason why I go pick it, I was gonna get it delivered, but I wanted to take that time with him, because his mom, they went to Miami. But yeah, we just went. I just wanted to take the time. We stopped in Oklahoma. We stopped in I was in St. Louis. We stopped in St. Louis. You know what I mean?
Stopped in St. Louis.
We had a wonderful. I never seen Repo nowhere. It was probably on a fucking. He was probably on a forklift doing fucking wheelie somewhere. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But yeah, me and my brother gonna make a run real quick. But yeah, man. But just keep doing what you're doing, man. And it is what it is. People they're gonna eventually learn, man. You know what I mean? So. It is what it is.
It's only a matter of time. Bro. Yeah. We gotta keep fighting the good fight.
Stop calling us illegal, man. We're not illegal aliens, man. We're immigrants. There's
You
no such thing
you
as
not an illegal alien.
man.
You not
It
an
don't
illegal
matter,
alien.
but what is an alien? The alien is a damn. What is
Listen.
an alien? You looking at me?
Listen. I was born in 1980, so I'm grandfathered in. I don't have to say the soft shit, a migrant, nigga. Back in the day, it was considered a legal alien. I'm a OG, so the terminology that we used back then was a legal alien. I don't have to conform to this
bro,
migrant.
We are migrant.
Nah, alien, illegal alien.
Make a better life. No,
you not a migrant. You not a migrant. You got citizenship. No, you not. You got citizenship. You cool?
I'm still a migrant.
Hold on. Let me get Tom Holman. Let me get Tom Holman on the phone. Let me call him real quick. You sure? Kurt, I'll call Tom Holman on your ass.
Who is that?
I got Tom Holman on speed dial.
Who is that?
Okay. On, the big bad wolf. the big bad wolf. Yeah.
Anyway, man, I'm gonna run out here with my brother, man. Just keep doing what you're doing.
You going live? You doing your live stream?
If I get back in time, because I gotta go down to Philly to drop something off. So if I get back in time,
all right.
I gotta deliver some roach, but you don't know what that is because you're always in your house.
Yeah, beautiful thing, man.
Show you
a roach.
Want me to show you what I'm gonna drop off? You don't
Hell
know what
no.
the roach is? I got some roaches.
Nah, bro. I don't anything that's no. I know what roaches are. I know different types of roaches. But here's the thing: any roach, I don't want nothing to do with it. I don't want nothing to do with no roaches. Nah, I'm cool.
Just say, show me, Kirk, and I'll show you in the truck.
It's only one roach that I see right now, and it's in the chat. On the real, man, I only see one roach, and it's in the chat. This motherfucker, hey, listen, this motherfucker. Go ahead, show me the truck. Show me the truck. I only see one roach.
The truck, it's in the truck.
Hey, this motherfucker just won't. Hey, this motherfucker, I done sprayed this roach. It's what it was. I just can't get rid of the goddamn roach. Motherfucker, just a black, a bilingual roach. He black and Dominican. I just can't get rid of his ass. I done sprayed this nigga with Raid, Super Raid, all type of shit.
Can't get rid of it from Jamaica. Hey, I got some shit from Jamaica. I'm gonna ship it to you. You ship it to him.
Hey, the roach told me about a month ago he was gonna. I ain't gonna say he came on a public live stream and said he was gonna unalive me.
Yeah.
Hey, no, that was bold. But see how we not worried about it. We just let the roach live. We let him live. We let him walk around because it's we can read through it, Kurt. We know he ain't about nothing.
Yeah.
Hey, he's sweet as honey. You dig what I'm saying? Hey, he's sweet as honey.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? Yeah.
Let me go drop off this loot, man. I'm gonna go drop off this. I'm gonna hit you up later.
All right, man. Later.
All right.
10-4.
Cool.
Yep. Yeah, man. I don't know about no roaches, Kirk. It's only one roach that I see. He said, "You ain't come to Connecticut. I ain't got no business in Connecticut. What fuck I'm coming to Connecticut for? What I'm coming to Connecticut for? Why am I coming to Connecticut? Ain't nothing in Connecticut. That's middle America. What the fuck I want to go over there for? Ain't shit out in Connecticut. Let me go ahead and get up out of here, man. I got shit to do. Oh, man, bro. That roach. Bro, hey, Pop Sosa, look, check this out, pimp. This is it. You got to find you something to do. You have to find you something to do, pimp. You can't make this a habit of once a month coming over here. You lucky I let you be over here. You lucky I let you be over here. You lucky I ain't no middle American. You lucky you free because of me. You still able to walk the streets because of me. Because I ain't no middle American. Because I don't take your threats. You like what you call a motherfucker who just ain't got shit to do. You dig? I don't pay you no mind. I sleep like a baby. Like, ain't nobody worried about you. No. We're not talking about from a geographical standpoint. When I say middle American, you have a middle American, a small market mindset. You're a little market guy. You come from a little market. You have a middle American mentality. I'm gonna prove it to you. See all this goofy shit that you're doing right now on the internet, like threatening to unalive me and all this shit because I said something that you disagree with, because I have a right to voice my opinion, right? Which I won't do again because it's people like you that's really sensitive, but you supposed to have been a veteran. So your freedom of speech is something that you're supposed to be okay with, seeing that you're a veteran, right? But you want to push your ideologies on me, and because I'm just not a sucker and I got my own mindset and I have a right to voice my opinion and believe what I want to believe in, you don't like it. Let me tell you why you got a middle American mentality. Because of the stupid ass shit that you doing, the dumb ass shit that you said. See, a guy like me would never say some of the sucker shit that you saying. You wouldn't even know. See, it's guys like you from middle America that want to be tough so bad, you know what I'm saying? Because you never got a chance to be tough because you live in middle America. You come from a small market. You never was in the thick of things. So you come to the internet behind your keyboard, and then you become internet tough. See, where I come from is no words. If something happened to you, you'll never know who it was, because where I come from, clout ain't really a thing. To come on the internet and threaten to unalive somebody in a public chat while I'm live, it just shows how stupid you are. You a goddamn fool. Pop Sosa, you are a goddamn fool. And the link is pinned. You know how much of a coward you are? The link been pinned to the top of the chat this whole time. You are a chat warrior. You could have been clicked the link and came up here. You in the chat. You was a sucker. You could have been clicked the link. It's pinned to the top of the chat. You rather come into the chat in your feelings because I said your cousins that you hiding in your basement, I said we got to get them gone. And you supposed to be a veteran. So you a veteran, an American vet, and you promoting hiding illegal aliens? Make that make sense. You from Connecticut, bro. You from a little town in Connecticut, pimp. Just stay over there, pimp. Because guess what? If you continue to watch my channel, it's going to be a lot of shit that you disagree with. And that's life. You know why? Because people agree and disagree with other people for various reasons. It's a bunch of shit that I watch on the internet that I disagree with. I don't get in my feelings about it. No, Pop is a guy, it's just not my channel. He goes on other people's channels and does the same thing. Some guy that got 1 million subscribers that they put me on, he goes over there and fucks with this guy because he's upset. He wants to push this whatever his agenda is And if you disagree with whatever his agenda is, he is against it, right? So his freedom of speech doesn't equate to your freedom of speech. He wants to be able to express his freedom of speech, but when you express your freedom of speech and he disagrees it, he doesn't want to hear it. And then he said, oh, well, I'm going to do this. You ain't going to do shit. You're just going to keep talking on the internet like you've been doing on everybody's channel that you disagree with their thought process. That's it. The link is pinned to the top of the chat. It's pinned. Like, you wasting time being a internet finger banger when you could have just clicked the link and had the conversation. I ain't never ducked it. I proactively look for it. Only thing you gonna do is the same thing you do every time you click the link and come up here and show how emotional you are. You can't articulate yourself in a professional or an adult manner because of how emotional you are. You're too emotional. You've clicked the link plenty of times and you came up here and just been an emotional wreck. I just let you talk. I don't give a fuck what you gonna say when you come up here because it doesn't really matter to me. I just come up here because I know you're gonna get emotional, and I'm just gonna, here you go. Come on up here and threaten to kill me and all this shit. Come on. Watch see how much I care. Here you go. You gonna hurt me today? What you gonna do to me today?
What does that say?
What you gonna do to me today? Hold on, let me pull it. Let me see. Hold on.
What does it say?
Okay.
Narcotic Marine changed Japanese ground troops.
All right, so guess what? It's your job to work for me, Mr. Veteran. You supposed to protect an American citizen. I'm an American citizen.
No,
so
man,
your interest.
We take an oath against enemies, foreign and domestic. That's part of the oath that we take in the military.
So if you cross the American borders illegally, what is that?
It's a misdemeanor, I think, right?
It's a crime.
It's a misdemeanor, right?
It's a crime.
Right.
Okay. So why are you so upset?
So everyone that commits a crime should be deported out of the country?
Yeah, you're not supposed to be here, bro.
No, like Americans, right? Like it should
be.
No.
If you're an American, you commit a crime, you go to jail.
Right.
So why do you have an issue with the laws? The laws are the laws, and you're supposed you're sworn an oath to protect the laws.
Once again, I gotta explain to you that they're not following the laws. They're violating the laws. They're violating the Constitution. Everyone has due process. You're aware of that, right?
All right. So a person comes over here, criminal and all. Granted, and I told you this before, and I don't understand why you get so upset. I understand that there are people that are coming over here because they want a better life. I get that. But there's also people that have come over here that are criminals, right? We've seen it. We've got little girls, and I don't want to talk about it, but you watch the news just like I watch the news. All right? Something has to be done, bro. You wouldn't want that to be your loved one. I wouldn't want it to be my loved ones. I get you're Dominican. I get, this, that, and the third. But at the end of the day, you're an American first. The floor is yours, bro. See, me, I can have a conversation. I don't have to disrespect you.
Right. So, like, you're worried about kids and stuff, but I did a little research. Diddy had 25 cases pending, underage girls. You said you was cool with that. Trump
No, I didn't. Listen, I don't give a fuck about.
You said all of them was of age. You said all of them was of age. 25. He got 20. No. 25. Yeah, 25
what?
Different people. 25 people underage with cases against him.
Who? Trump?
Diddy.
Okay. I mean, what does that got to do with what we talking about now? Because now you looking for something, bro.
Pick and choose, man. Like you saying you worried about kids.
No. Like, listen.
But you said Yeah, free that man. Remember he was like, free that man. Get him.
There's a lot of people that are in the military that's done some bullshit. If everybody's shit came out the closet, you'll be surprised. Some of the shit, the people that you probably look up to, has them did some heinous shit. Some heinous shit.
If they did something wrong, then they need to go, right?
Okay, so here's the thing. Once they are convicted of it, then yes.
Right. Due process, right?
Okay.
Once they get due, so that's the issue. Biden and Obama deported more people than Trump has already. But you know what the difference is? They all got due process. So that's the issue. If you want to deport people, do it the right way. He's not. He's snatching up people without due process and deporting them before they get in front of a judge. So that's why they just had to do a whole bunch of different cases and stuff like that to repeal it. That's why most of those people that are getting deported are coming back. Mahmoud is coming back. All these dudes, Kilmar is back. All these dudes are back because he's doing shit illegally. That's the issue. If you want to do it properly, then get everyone out. Kirk, it'll be he's a good candidate to go, right? Even though he's a citizen now, he's still. Trump could just say, I just snatch him up, right? It'd be the same shit. So that's the issue. The issue is due process, not the deportation, right? Democrats are not against deportation. If Obama and Biden have deported more people than Trump, then obviously we are not against deportation. It's doing it the right way. It's following the Constitution. Just like you said, you're in a military person. You're supposed to be protecting me. No, it's foreign and domestic. It's the Constitution that we protect. So when you're violating that, you're doing it. And just get everybody in front of a judge and then send them out, and there will be nothing to say. But he's not doing that. Now he's got the whole Epstein thing going on. Diddy got those kids things. So I mean, it's like you're supporting criminals. You actively support criminals, but then you want to deport the ones that don't speak English or something like that. Even though immigrants or migrants, whatever you want to call them, paid what 90 billion into taxes. Like Nebraska's going out of business. The whole state is going to be um, freaking going into bankruptcy soon because they don't have any migrant workers. You know what I'm saying? So the country actually needs these people that he's sending out, and the real effects are not going to be felt for a little while. I mean, the food shortage is going to start coming, all this shit like that. So it's not just like I disagree. I just hate what you say. It's that he's doing stuff that's going to affect this country long term. You just like, nah, I don't like trans people and get the illegals out of here without saying, okay, are they following the Constitution? Are they following the law? Are these illegal immigrants getting the same due process like Trump did when he had the 34 felonies? Like when Diddy did when he's sitting in jail? Like Ghislaine Maxwell, who was his co-conspirator, who's getting ready to get pardoned for sex trafficking kids? Like you can't pick and choose when you want to be right. Or what's a righteous cause? It's like, are you against criminals? All right, then be against all criminals, and all the people that you support are criminals. All the people that you talk about, all the people that you glorify are criminals. And it's just like it's like you only have
Who,
an
me?
issue with
all the people I glorify are criminals? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You got a right to your opinion.
It's the facts, man. It's what you talk about.
Okay. I disagree with you, but you have a right to your opinion. See, it doesn't bother me. Your opinion is your opinion. I respect your opinion. I'm not going to troll you and do all that extra shit because I'm not going to lose any sleep behind it. At the end of the day,
I don't lose any sleep over what you say either. Like, you think I'm like over here watching your shit. I'm off from working a 12-hour shift. I drive home. I'm walking my dog, and I go on YouTube. And if your shit's up there, and then I listen for a second and see what you, and then that's it. This is not me. Like, I invest no time into this, bro. Like, I'm home. I worked.
I hear you.
I did a 12.
But
look, buddy, bro.
But ever since you said I said some shit that you disagree with, you said I stopped watching your channel. And ever since you said you stopped watching my channel, you've been on my channel more than I ever seen you before.
Watch every video from start to finish, all of them. I don't do that. I pop in, hear what you're talking about. If it's straight about trucking, I leave it alone.
So you still watch?
When I saw Kirk up there, I was like, oh, bet, because y'all was both talking shit. Y'all had the Fuck the Kids podcast and shit. And then right after y'all did that, then it came out that Diddy had like 25 underage. And the Epstein thing came up. So it was like, I know you saying fuck the kids like business wise, but it's just like, it's like, damn, like that shit, like Like it might be something deeper. Like you like fuck these kids. You don't care about kids. So when shit happens to kids, you don't give a fuck.
No,
Yeah.
I care about kids. It's just if I had kids, I would care about my kids more than I care about yours. So if that meant for me to beat you from a business perspective and take food out of your kid's mouth to put in my own, I'm absolutely positively going to do that.
That's I mean, like when anybody do that, isn't everybody in business to like be successful? Like I'm not gonna be like, oh my kids, you take that load. Like, come on, man, no one does that.
You
But you don't have
you understand that, but there's people that don't understand that. They thinking it's enough out here for everybody, and they thinking, oh, we're friendly and buddy. So sometimes you have to hit a person with a gut punch for them to understand what's really going on out here from a competitive landscape.
Man, I've been driving for a while, and I've never met a trucker that's like super friendly. Like no one's up here kissing no one else's ass. No one's buddy. No one's giving someone else daff or putting fuel in their gas tank. Like that shit don't happen.
Well, you know that. That's one thing we can agree on. But guess what? I talk to more people in this business than you because of my position as an influencer. And believe it or not, there's a bunch of people that are that naive. You're just not that naive when it comes to trucking, but there are people that are that naive. So now what? See, there's a lot of things that you may not understand from a content creation space on why I do. Kirk and maybe people in my Discord that I talk about before I do something that may have insight on a direction where I'm going to go may understand, but I do things purposely to trigger people.
As do I. I'm a Marine. That's what we do. We assholes.
Okay. Well, hey, me and you can agree with it. I know I'm an asshole. If I got to trigger you to get your attention so that I can get my message across, so for you to stop doing dumb shit and wake the fuck up, then that's what I got to do. Why? Because I'm old enough to not worry about what people think about me. A lot of people in today's society worry about how people are going to perceive them. I'm 20 years removed from that. You see what I'm saying? I really give two fucks. So sometimes I purposely do things. When I see you come in the chat, I could ignore you and block you. You threaten to unalive me. You're still here. You know why? Because I take that as engagement and I get my message across. Because I know when you click the link and come up here, you're going to act like you got some goddamn sense. I know what you're doing. You're trying to trigger me just like I'm trying to trigger you. I get it. I know how shit works. So I play on it the same way you play on it.
Right.
You try to play on it to your advantage, as well do I, as well as I.
Yep.
So it is what it is. We agree on a lot of shit, but then we disagree from a political standpoint. In 2028, we may agree. I'm not going to vote for Kamala if she runs, though.
Yeah, all the Democrats from Texas is up in Illinois right now with Pritzker, with your boy. Yeah,
that's not my boy. I wouldn't vote for Pritzker.
Illinois about to be all blue. They about to
been blue.
It's gonna be all blue. It's gonna be all blue.
I don't see the rural areas downstate ever turning blue, but I mean Chicago has a stronghold. Chicago is never going to go red. So as long as Chicago remains blue, the state is going. We have one governor in my lifetime, Republican, which was Rauner. Illinois is going to always be blue. It's just too. It's what it is, bro. But you know, I think Pritzker is going to try to probably make a run, and if he does make a run, he's definitely going to beat Kamala. I think he's gearing up to run. He'll beat Kamala. But we have to see what his policies are that he's going to run on, and we also have to see who the other party is going to run on the other side. If Pritzker, if he, says some shit that I agree with, then yeah, I'll support the hometown favorite. But based on some of the shit that he's doing up here from a state level, no, I can't do it because he's with the shit that I kind of totally disagree with right now.
All right.
Oh, me and you, we may agree in 2028. It's just we don't agree now. We'll see. I'm still gonna be here. I'm pretty sure you're gonna be here too. You're a smart guy. You just gotta calm down when you in the chat. If you ever want to have a conversation with Big Mark, all you gotta do is click the link and we can have a civilized conversation. You don't have to go through these extremes to get my attention. I know who you are.
Yeah, I don't go through no extremes. I'm in the chat just educating your audience. That's all.
you in the chat pushing your ideologies, which you're fine to do, but
It's not even that, bro. It's like you. I remember last time we had a conversation. You was like, Trump is not anti-black, but you know he's like he removed the Tuskegee Airmen from military history. You know he's like doing stuff purposely to remove black people from history. He's doing these things, and it's like, damn, when y'all gonna wake up? Like this motherfucker don't like none of y'all.
But here's the thing: what did Biden do? He did shit against black people too.
He didn't erase them from history, bro. He didn't fire every black person in any office, in every office. You know what I'm saying? He didn't do none of these things, bro. There's a big difference, yo. It's like Biden.
Here's the thing: people forget his.
Biden has still deported Trump. He still has deported more people than Trump. So we're not anti-deportation, bro. If you want to get rid of the criminals, do it. Just get them in front of a judge. Let them let them speak their. If there's kids, let the kids go with the parents that are American citizens. You know what I'm saying? None of that stuff is happening. And like I told you last time, like this is just the starting block, and then the next thing is gonna like, all right, we revoke civil rights. We revoke it.
That's not gonna happen, bro.
You said that, but if you look up an article, they're already trying farmers. They're already trying to get black people to work on farms, and they're gonna say the farmers are gonna be in charge of them. Like that's he's already putting that in. That's slavery, bro. He wants to bring back slavery. He wants to look it up.
Where are you getting this from, bro? Where are you getting this from?
The news, man. You got to listen to the news, man. He wants black people on farms, bro. He wants black people on farms.
Where are you getting this from, dude? Where are you getting this from?
You could look it up. It's pretty easy, man. Let me see.
Why would a person want to enslave someone when he put a bunch of money into educating? He put a bunch of money into HBCUs and Biden came and took the money back. Why would a person who wants to enslave someone want to educate? The worst thing you would want to do if you hated a specific demographic of people is educate them. Why do you think back in the slavery days it was forbidden for us to be able to read and write? Why give billions of dollars to HBCUs if you want these people to be a fucking illiterate and stupid, bro? Make it make sense. And Biden came and took the money back.
Yeah, I read that thing to you, man. That was he said he was gonna do something. He never did it. That's the thing.
Who?
Trump does that.
He did do it.
They never received a dime.
Biden came and took it back. Like, bro, like a person.
They made more. They got more money under.
Who got more money?
HPUs got more than under Biden than under Trump.
No.
Look it up, man. Just look it up. Just look it up. It's so easy, man. You can just fact check.
I'll look it up.
That's why I come up here, because you say stuff like that and it's not true, and you have an audience. It's not not a million people, but so people.
You say shit all the time that's not true.
Everything I say is a fact, man. Verified.
No, you said some shit in the comments and it was wrong, bro. You said some shit about Chicago that was wrong. Your numbers about Chicago were absolutely positively wrong. I live here.
I got them off a chat, man. It's 100%.
See, that's the problem. You getting shit off of Chat GPT. That shit is not 100% accurate. I know how much the city of Chicago is spending on a daily. Why? Because it's in our daily news. How much the city is going further into a deficit because of fucking Brandon Johnson hiding and taking care of migrants. We're spending over $1 million a day. Your numbers are off. Yeah, they're off, bro. You don't live here. Listen, I will never dispute or argue with you about some shit that's going on in Connecticut. Why? Because I don't live there, bro. I'm not going to go off of what I read nationally when I don't live in the local market. I don't see the shit firsthand. Like I would never do that.
You can only give information about Chicago like that. That don't make sense, man.
No, because I never really talked about politics. I just did something I'll never do again. I expressed why I went the way that I did, and I gave those 2 reasons. And you and some other people are just upset. I don't rock with that bathroom shit, pimp. I'm not with it. I don't care what you say. I don't give a fuck about none of this other shit. I don't give a fuck if Big Bird, if Daffy Duck, if a pile of shit was running against him. I'm not rocking with that other shit, bro. That's not something that I'm going to actively vote for, because if I vote on in that direction, then that means I'm okay with that shit. I'm not okay with that. I'm not.
Right. So September 20th, 2024, Biden $1.3 billion investment to HBCUs. Trump didn't do that, bro.
You said, when was that? When was that? Give me that date again. September what?
September 20th, 2024.
Okay, now
billion investment.
Now Google when he took the money back that Trump gave.
It was less than that, man. He gave him more.
Okay, so now let's look at this from a business perspective. He took the money back when he came into office. When was the election? November 2024. What was going on in September? What were they doing in September? They were campaigning, buying votes. So yeah, okay. He did it 2 months prior to the election. Megan Thee Stallion up there shaking ass and all that shit that they was doing, trying to buy the black vote. Why didn't he do that shit 4 years ago? Why did he take the money back that Trump had already did? Why wait to the fucking last minute to do that shit 2 months before the election? I knew you was going to go. I knew you was going to go in that direction. That's why I just waited, because I know why it was done. That's the problem, bro. The longer we sit here and fucking, like, motherfuckers don't even see the play right in front of them. Motherfucker would try to buy your vote and use you. They don't give a fuck. Don't no side give a fuck about us, bro. I know when I'm being bought. If what you're doing was intentional and genuine, why does it have to be 45 days prior to the fucking election when the numbers are down? Now you want to fucking give me a handout? Man, Larry Hoover ain't in Colorado no more, pimp. Larry Hoover, he back in Illinois. How you feel about that?
That's just he's doing that to placate to y'all, man. Like, you can't see what that play is. You can see
hey, cool. Do it early. Don't wait till the last minute. Why? Because it seems more genuine that way. I understand that don't nobody give a fuck about us. If there's any group of people that are least favorable on anybody's list, it's us. I see, I'm not ignorant, bro. Just if you're gonna do some shit, just try to do your best and be a good actor and make it seem like you care. If you're doing some shit at the last minute as a desperation attempt, that's like a gut shot. That's like spitting in a motherfucking face.
All right, so April 4th, 2025, black colleges ponder their future as Trump makes cuts to education dollars. So all that, whatever he did back then, he's cutting it. So they did. So Biden and Harris did 1.3 billion. Trump did 250 million.
Did we get that money, bro?
He just cut it. He just cut everything that Biden did. So, and you didn't get the Trump money either. So
yeah, because Biden cut the Trump money.
Nah,
Here's my
Trump just
thing.
cut the Biden one. Trump just
Okay,
cut the Biden one.
so why cut our money to only give it back to us? Why come straight in the door and cut the money for education and only to give it back to us at the end? I feel like I'm being fucking tossed around here, bro. At the end of the day, bro, I hear what you're saying and I get your plight, but your plight ain't my plight, bro.
All right, so here it goes. Based on available information, the claim that President Biden cut funding for historic black colleges and universities is not supported by evidence. In fact, the Biden-Harris administration has announced significant investments, HBUs totaling over $17 billion as of September 2024. The record funding is distributed through various channels, including the American Rescue Plan, Department of Education initiatives, federal grants, support for research, and STEM programs. Families earning under $125,000 will be granted scholarships. This is all under them, and he
Bro,
cut all this.
why see, bro, this is why we behind, bro. This shit was announced 45 days to election, bro. September 20th. Election was November 8th, bro. It was a play to win favor. That shit was never going to come into fruition. Bro, we are fucking fools, bro. I'm not no fool. I already know what this shit is. That shit was fucking propaganda, bro.
I just read to you that they didn't cut anything. There was no evidence to support that they cut anything.
Bro, but ain't no money out there, bro. Ain't nobody getting no money. That shit was just a play, bro. That was a play at the last minute to win votes, bro. It was a play. 2 reasons, bro. All that extra shit, I really don't give a fuck about, bro.
All right. So
I don't give a fuck about that extra shit.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So August 1st, 2023, post retreads false claims about Biden's funding for historically black colleges. So a social media post falsely claimed that President Joe Biden has cut $250 million in funding that former President Donald Trump pledged to give HBU. So what you're saying is false, bro. You're spreading false information.
How?
He never cut it. It was never cut.
But
Biden never cut nothing that Trump did, and he gave him $1.3 billion that's spread out, and then Trump cut that. So if anyone's taken away, it's definitely Trump.
Harris and Trump both claim broad HBCU support, but reality shows otherwise. See, even the news know it. I don't even have to look this shit up, bro. It's
Trump cut,
bro.
Just check the Trump cut. See if it's true.
Bro,
like you're spreading it. You got to make sure you don't check
No,
your resources.
Bro,
You don't
I
care.
check my resources, bro. I don't say shit just to say the shit, bro. We didn't get
doing it right now.
anything. We didn't get anything. We didn't get anything, bro. We didn't get nothing. Biden took it, then he tried to give it back, and Trump took it, bro. It is what it is. It's a game. Biden could have left this shit in play initially. He took it. Then he came. Go ahead.
He didn't cut it, man.
All right, bro.
Go to factcheck.org and see if it happened. The full story. The Biden administration has made multiple investments. Let's see. The White House last year released a state-by-state list of $2.7 billion in funding providing through the American Rescue Plan. HBUs were established in the early 19th century to provide African Americans with opportunity to higher education. Let's see. However, social media posts falsely claim that President Joe Biden has cut $250 million in funding that former President Donald Trump pledged to give HBUs. The post reads, in part, Biden just revoked the $250 United Negro College Fund that Trump pledged to give historic black colleges for the next 10 years. Still think Biden isn't a racist dictator? In 2019, Trump did sign a bill, the Future Act, that permanently provided $255 million in annual support for HBCUs that had lapsed after Congress didn't renew the funding. Biden made no changes to this commitment. In fact, federal funding of HBCUs has increased every year under Biden. So every year, not just before the election, every year. The $2.7 billion in HBCUs funding through the American Rescue Plan has in addition to the annual funding increase. The false claim about Biden's funding for the HBCUs first circulated on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter in 2021. At the time, Tyrone Q, president of the National Historic Black Colleges and University Alumni Association, told the Associated Press that Biden had not made any cuts to HBCUs. Rodriguez Maury, senior vice president of public policy and affairs at the United Negro College Fund and the UNCF, told the AP he has distributed the same amount. He has distributed the same. Someone dares to use UNCF's good name to make false claims. The social media post misrepresent the role, which does not receive any federal funding and is indicated on its website. So it's worth noting that Biden's budget for fiscal year 2024 proposed $1.4 billion in funding for HBCUs, the tribal colleges, universities, Hispanic serving institutions, as well as $30 million to provide 2 years of subsidized tuition for students for families earning less than $125,000. So you're spreading misinformation, bro.
No, I'm not.
I just
But man, you
from
you
fact
got you can
I
you
got it from
can
factcheck.org. Factcheck.org.
All right, bro. Listen.
Just say
You
you
got
spread
you
a
got your
misinformation.
no. Because he did take it. So you got your viewpoints. I got my viewpoints.
Not a
The
viewpoint.
truth is we didn't get the money. All right.
He
Either
didn't
way.
cut it, and I just increased
All right,
every
bro.
single year before the election. Before the
So-
election, he did additional 1.3 billion. Just check it, man. Just look at it so you know, man. So you know for yourself, man. Maybe it'll influence the way you think about people, man.
Well, here's the thing. I don't think any ill or harm on anybody. Because here's the thing. I've been telling you this since day one. There's two reasons, bro. Two reasons. That wasn't one of the contributing factors on why I went the way that I went. You know what the two reasons were. I'm not with that other shit.
You don't have to though, bro. That's the
Right.
weird part.
So
Like,
what?
you don't have
I don't
to.
what? I don't have to
You
what?
don't have. You
I
don't have.
I don't have to what?
You don't have to be pro trans or pro gay. You don't have to.
But if I go in that direction, that means I'm okay with it.
No, it doesn't. It just means mind your
Yeah.
business. Like that's
No.
how my kids.
No. We're voting.
How does-
No.
how does it-
When you vote, when I let you go on, when you vote for somebody, that means you agree with their policies. That means you want to push that agenda. If I go in that direction, that means I am in agreement with what's being pushed. So if I disagree with it, why would I go in that direction? How can you ignore something that I'm proactively agreeing with if I check that box?
It's just a weird thing to be against, man. Like it has nothing
How?
to do with you.
What do you mean it's a
Doesn't affect you
weird
in
thing
any
to
way,
be
man.
against? How it does affect me.
People's sexuality
No.
impacts your daily life.
No. You're missing the point.
Yeah.
You're
No, it
missing the
is.
point.
It's just being accepted.
No,
It's just
we're
like
missing
being
the
like-
point.
over-
What we're going in that direction is okay with saying, okay, it's okay to play God. Going in that direction is saying, oh, it's okay to play. You could dress it up however you want to dress it up. Going in that direction is us saying, okay, you know what? We can all play God now.
No, it's let people live their life like the way that they want to live.
No.
Man. It's like it has nothing to do
No.
with you. It has nothing to
No.
do with you. It
No.
affects you.
You're right. You're right.
Like-
What a person decides to do, you're right. What a person decides to do, it doesn't affect me directly.
No.
But if I agree with the powers that be that are saying, okay, you can go play God. We're supposed to be a Christian country. And then we're promoting it's okay to go play God. I don't agree with that. I believe that there's two species, man and woman. I don't get a choice at birth to decide how am I born. We don't get that. We don't get that. We don't get that right, bro. No, we
Yes, you
don't.
do, man.
You born. You
wake up
born
every
who
day.
you born.
No, you wake up, you put on your t-shirt instead of a dress, right? You make that choice. It's your choice. No one on the outside is telling you what to
No, no.
wear, what to do. It's
You,
the
you,
same
you
thing. And we're not a Christian nation. We're a melting pot. We have Muslims, we have Hindu, we have mad different religions. So you want an
with,
all white Christian country
no.
is what you're
Who's what? So
promoting?
what? Black people. Black people ain't Christians. I'm a Baptist. So what are you saying? When you grew up, did you say did you do the Star Spangled Banner?
I believe so, yeah.
You're almost my age, so yeah, you did it.
Right. And
Okay,
what's the last
so
line? The last line. And justice for all, right?
for all, yeah,
For all.
for all Americans.
Not
The
for maybe
no,
you,
no,
not
no.
for just you, for all.
The Star
How do you end it?
Spangled Banner. The Star Spangled Banner. Star. What do the stars represent?
The first 13 colonies, right? And then the lines of the
Okay.
states.
Okay. The Star Spangled Banner. It's for Americans, bro, not for everybody.
Do you know that this country was built on the backs of immigrants?
Yeah, because the country was stolen. It was built on, we built it for free. Did you know that? Did you know?
Yes, I did, man. And
all right, so
Asians build the railroads, like you know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't just white and black people that built this country. I mean, like you said, it was stolen from the Native Americans, so they were here first, right? And then they brought the slaves over, right?
What's that shit that the illegals trying to use that was made for us, but they trying to use it? I can't think of it right now. What's that shit called? It was made for us, and Trump got rid of it because that's how they was trying to protect themselves from not getting deported.
Well, the birthright citizenship.
Birthright citizenship. That shit was made for us.
Just,
why we can't have shit, bro?
Right, but that was just overturned by a judge.
Here's the thing. So that shit was made for us, bro.
Oh, it's not, man. It was right. Birthright citizenship was for African Americans or slaves that were brought over. It was built in for that. But the Constitution very distinctly says persons. It doesn't say Americans. It doesn't say black people. It says any persons on American soil shall be deemed. You know what I'm saying? Like they have to get all the rights. You get due process. You get all that stuff. That's what the Constitution says. It doesn't say just black people. It doesn't say just white people. It says persons. That's the exact wording, and they purposely put persons because of that. They were thinking like foreign diplomats that would have kids over here and stuff like that. Like they didn't want that to happen. You know what I'm saying? So they made sure they said stuff like that. So it was in place for slaves, and it also was for foreign delegates and stuff like that. But Trump tried to overturn it, and that's already been overturned by a judge, federal judge. So that's already like he already lost that one. Like he's losing everything. He's losing everything that he's trying to do. He's lost everything. All he's doing is deportation, and the reason why he's doing that, the reason why that's going well, is because he's not following the law. He's not putting them in front of judges, and he's has to bring all these people back. You know what I'm saying? How much was that flight to El Salvador? It was like 20 million or some crazy shit like that for 60 people. Like you talking about wasting money? Like that shit could be going into the homeless, right? That could be going to do all these other things.
Well, you know what? Well, we should have thought about that when we brought them all over here and just ignored all the homeless Americans, all the homeless veterans. Like, how do you think remember how they felt when they were being looked over in 2022 and 2023? When these people have been on the streets for years, and then people who didn't fight for this country just came in and got a free ride. And you a veteran, bro. You know how many veterans I drive past on the street every day that got mental issues because of what they witnessed fighting for this country overseas, and they not getting the help they need, but a person could come over here. So it's bigger than that, bro. Well, we have to put ourselves first.
I'll explain the homeless veteran thing for you really quickly. Most of them should have access to the VA, and secondly, most of them want to be out there, bro. Like that's for most of them, that's liberating. Believe it or not, they don't want to do all that. They don't want to be a part of society, so they're checked out, and they want. I mean, there's tons of homeless people that are Not saying that they're happy, but they're okay with being where they're at. And the reason why all these immigrants got all these special perks and stuff like that is because the government provided funding, which was always available. We've always had this money. So we could have always addressed this issue. We just didn't have to do it until COVID. And then we had all these asylum seekers. So if you have an issue with that, it's again, it boils down to like we've had the opportunity, we've had the funds to do this all along, and we chose not to. Just like I told you a while ago, minimum wage has been at $7.50 for 20 years. We've had the opportunity to increase that. We don't want to. We want people to feel like they're stuck. We want people to feel like they're living what 60% of Americans are paycheck to paycheck. Why don't we fix that problem? But now we're spending 20 million on bombs. We're sending money to Israel so they could commit genocide in Gaza. All this shit that we're wasting money on that could have helped America. We got enough money to get people out of have no homeless people in America. We have enough money to
I
have
hate to tell
free
you.
education.
I hate to tell
We
you.
have
No,
enough.
we
We
can't.
have enough. We
We
have money to have health care for all. We have all that shit.
listen.
So if you have an issue with those things, then you should like really research and say, okay, who's holding this up? Why can't we make this progress as a country? Because we have the funds. We could print money. We could print money and take all the
Okay,
homeless.
and then and then what happens?
Listen to
No,
this.
let's be honest. It's gonna hurt some feelings, but what happens if we do that? Because I listen. I'm gonna tell you the truth, even if it hurts feelings, because I don't give a fuck. We can't do that, bro. We can't.
We can't.
We
absolutely
can't.
We
Can we?
We
Yes, but we can't. Why?
We-
Because what happens if we print more money? What happens if we raise the federal minimum wage? What happens? Come on, use that brain. What's going to happen?
It'll be like 1990s when Bill Clinton was and everybody's eating. That's what it'll be like.
No, everybody's listen. Nothing's going to change. It's just going to get worse. If more money people have, we just listen. The pandemic was a great social experiment. The pandemic was, and we are so fucking stupid and naive. We didn't even see what the fuck was going on. Fuck the fucking disease. Look at it from the money perspective. Follow the money. That was a great social experiment. You give people more money. Go ahead.
Who made the most money? Who made the most money during the pandemic?
Non-ignorant people. Non-ignorant people. Let me explain something to you.
No, that's not true.
You give people more money. What do? They spend it. So if we increase the federal minimum wage and we bring people up, inflation is going to continue to rise, and it's still going to be the same shit. You're going to give people more money, they're going to spend it, and they're going to be in a worse off situation than they already are. We just saw it with the pandemic. That was a social experiment. You give people more money, they're going to spend it, bro. And then what's going to happen? What we're living through right now. You give people a taste of something that they never had before, and then once it's gone, they'll do whatever they have to take to do whatever they need to do to recreate those moments. Now you got insurance going up because phone them and man and them got to steal cars so they can run in the stores to get Balenciagas and Jordans and all this shit that they had a chance to go out and do and buy because they were stimulated to do so. So they have to recreate those moments, and they'll take from you to do it. You got inflation going through the roof. You have a mindset, a fucking dumbass. You said what?
The debt. You just added $4 trillion to the debt. We're not worried about inflation, right? Like that's not a thing, because he just added $4 trillion to the debt.
Who's not worried about inflation? Who's not worried about inflation?
Republicans. He just added $4 trillion to the debt. $4 trillion. That didn't bring. He didn't lower inflation. He didn't change it. He increased our debt just like he did in his first term.
Here's the thing. I hate to be the bearer of news. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we're living in a new norm. Whatever this back people think is not. We're not going. Whatever back is, we're never going there, bro.
Right.
We're living in it. We're living in it. Listen,
we're not going we're not working in factories. Motherfuckers ain't working in factories. Americans are not doing that shit. Americans are not working on farms. They're not picking no fucking crops.
And this is why we're investing into automation. Here's the thing. The people that set the mindset, that control the mindset, they know this. They're not stupid. Do you think, like social media, bro, they knew what was going to happen with social media. They knew it was going to corrupt people. All this shit is done by design. Bitcoin, dude, I know who fucking created Bitcoin. It's fucking Satoshi Nakamoto. Like, all this shit is done by design, bro. The people who think outside the box, the people who continue to educate themselves, who don't fucking live to get by, that are constantly doing things to get ahead, are the people that are going to stay ahead. I understand this, bro. I'm not worried about inflation. You know why? I just going to go make more money. And I ain't going to wait till the fucking last minute to do it. I'm just going to get more money. So I don't give a fuck. Like, I hear you, I feel you, and I don't know why you so emotionally invested. For you to be as old as you are, you're old enough to know how shit works.
Right, but the reason why I care, and the reason why, and he was like, well, you and Kirk, like, oh, he's so animated, blah blah blah. It's like, bro, this is our country, bro. This is our country. Like, believe it or not, I serve my country because I care about my country. Like, I didn't do it for shits and giggles. You know what I mean? So, and also, I have 4 fucking kids, bro, that I'm gonna leave, and I want to make sure that they're straight. You know what I'm saying? I can't change nothing but my vote or the people that I interact with. Like those are the people that I'm worried about. Yeah, we got what, 30 more years in this motherfucker. Trump gonna be gone in the next 5 years? Like, he's gonna be gone. You know what I'm saying? So it's thinking about other people, other generations and stuff like that. What we're leaving behind. Like, this shit. This
So
is not
focus
the
on
new
you.
norm.
Focus on you. Focus on you. I wouldn't give a
I'm
huh?
focused.
All right. So why do you exude so much energy and shit that's beyond your control?
Not beyond my control. There could be one person in this chat that I change their mind. That's all it takes, man. One person at a time. I don't gotta change your mind. I don't do this for you. I do this, and I've said it every single time I've come up here. This is for people that are listening. These are people that may watch this later on. This is for all that stuff. You have your way. You have your ways. I'm not trying to change who you are. You, like you said, you 47 years old. You can't teach a old dog new tricks, right?
You love exaggerating shit.
So I ain't worried about
you're just gonna put 2 years on me, huh?
You're not 45?
I'm 45.
45.
All right. So you're right. You know why? Because I've lived long enough, and you have too, to know that shit is not going to go back. Cost is going to continue to go up. Shit is going to get harder. I've never seen crime revert back to, years prior. I've seen that shit get worse, right? So I'm not going to exude so much energy on shit that I cannot change, bro. Like, I'm going to put that energy into, bro. How? Bro, and you know what I do on my platform? I don't fuck with the politics. I don't fuck with the religion shit. I fuck with the business shit to change people's mindset to get ahead. Like I was talking earlier, stop thinking about today and think about tomorrow. Stop this fucking get by mentality. Have a get ahead mentality. You saying you've gained value from my business shit on the channel. Me and you just clash from a political standpoint. So I teach people how not to be ignorant. Stop listening to all this dumb shit from these stupid ass content creators that don't know what the fuck they talking about. All right? This is how you get ahead. This is what the fuck you do. So every time I come on here, I provide value on how to lose that loser mentality, that victim fucking mentality, and how to get ahead by focusing on what's in front of you. I don't give a fuck about what the next motherfucker is doing. I'm looking to take their food.
Right, but you all right. I ain't gonna go
listen,
there,
Pop Sosa. Listen. If you don't want to change your, not talking about you. I'm talking to any individual from a business perspective. If you don't want to change your mindset, if you want to continue to be ignorant, I'm cool with that because I need you so that I can take advantage of you so that I can stay ahead. Continue to do dumb shit. I need you so that when you fuck up, I can buy all your fucking assets at a fraction of a dollar and then sell that shit right back to you when you get a fucking handout and make money off you going and coming.
Yeah, but I think that's every business. Like, isn't that every business? Like, anyone?
No, that's the mindset that smart people have, but there is, and so many people are ignorant. So I talked to a bunch of people last night. Look how many people call up here on the call-in show. They just lost, bro, because of a mindset. They want to quit their job. They think they can come into something with this little money and make this much money because they were sold this fucking dream. That's the ignorance. That's how guys like me take advantage of people like that. I try to change people's mindset.
No, for sure. I agree with you on that. And I think I think, like you said, just differently. I think COVID opened a lot of people's eyes, like how jobs was dropping motherfuckers and cutting people. You know what I'm saying? Cutting people and motherfuckers. Like, damn man, I've been here 18 years and they're gonna cut me. Let me just go. Like, I understand there's people that are like, I don't want to work for nobody else, but there was also a point where a lot of people were like, COVID opened their eyes in a sense where like these jobs don't give a fuck about you. Let me go and hustle and struggle or fail on my own, but at least for my own shit. I think that is something that actually happened as well. Yes, there was a bunch of people on because everyone was home, so everybody jumped on YouTube. Everybody was watching Box Truck Bros and Box Truck Shorty and all these motherfuckers, and they was fucking stealing money from them and having them do fucking corny ass seminar. Like if you couldn't pick that up, then yeah, that's on you. But that's part of business, right? Like there's some people that are not gonna get it, that are gonna get taken advantage of. But I think the other part of it was people just realize that corporations and businesses and jobs that you've been at forever, like they could just cut you the next day and not give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? So people were like, all right, let me just take this risk on myself. Let me bet on myself type of mentality. And I don't think that's wrong. People are gonna
I
fail and then they could go back to their job, they could sell their truck, they could fucking do whatever the fuck they gotta do and keep it moving. But just like you were an entrepreneur, like why couldn't every other person try it? Even if they didn't have all the resources and information and the right funding and stuff like that. They were like, I'm in a rat race. COVID opened people's eyes that we're in a rat race, right? We're in a rat race. You're gonna work 5 days a week, you're gonna get your 2 days off, you're gonna get the same pay. And people were just tired with it. There were people, Americans were sick of that shit.
COVID
And I think
COVID
that's
provide.
what
Go ahead.
no,
I thought you were
I
done.
just
Go
think
ahead.
that COVID propels people thinking, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to be here forever. I'm not going to be work. I was at the post office in 2019 and I saw how they were treating people there. Like, it was COVID. Like, nah, you got to come in no matter what, blah, 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 this, that. Like, yo, I'll just take my money I got in my account, buy my own shit and do this shit. You know what I'm saying? It was just the way that employers were treating
How
people.
how
It's not
many
people
trucks
were
you got
like,
now?
oh, fuck,
How
it's
many
not what,
trucks you got now? How many trucks you
what's
got
that?
now?
We got,
How many trucks you
we
got?
got three,
And how many employees you got?
three.
You got three
We
employees,
got
three
three.
trucks. All right.
Everybody runs their own.
Okay, but they're your trucks.
Yep.
And those are your employees.
Yep.
If something happens, what's your biggest expense
Our
outside of
insurance
fuel?
is the big
Outside of
insurance.
fuel, you pay more in
Insurance.
insurance than you pay for fuel a year?
Oh, a year? Nah.
Okay.
Well, paying them.
Okay,
I
right there.
mean,
Stop. Right there. That's the answer I was looking for. Your labor cost. If you got to start cutting, what's the first thing that you can control that you're going to cut?
um, if we have to downsize, I mean, I
Okay.
will probably, I probably try to get rid of one of the full time people and get some like
That's it.
seasonal.
That's it. So at the end of the day, it's business. Any person that goes and works for a job and thinks that they're not disposable is a goddamn fool. You see what I'm saying? So even in
Right.
your own business, you will dispose of someone to ensure that your family still eats. So what we talking about, bro? All that soft ass new generation shit is why
I
they in
don't,
the position
I
that
don't,
they in. You saying, okay, go out, take a risk on a job, and then if the shit don't work out, you can go back to the job, except they can't go back to the job because the job don't exist no more.
I don't think they're soft. I think they're just, I like, believe it or not, man. Like, I watch my son do some shit, and I'm like, damn, how'd you learn? I think they're smarter than us, bro. I think they're not gonna do that. They're like you said, they're not gonna go show like we did. We shovel in this. You know, when I was a kid, me and my boys would go grab some shovels. As soon as the
Mm-hmm.
storm hit, we making like bucks. They're not doing
Mm-hmm.
that. They're not stars. They're like, we're not doing none of this shit. I feel like they're smart. It's the advancement of
You're right. They are
humanity. Like
smarter than us. They are smarter than
we're
us.
not
They're
thinking
just
is
lazy.
we're not black. It's not lazy, man. It's working smarter, not harder. You know what I'm saying?
No,
You gotta
no.
like realize that too. I think it is, man. I think they're hip to the game. They see people that buy a house, right? They pay it for 40 years, and then they see their mom lose their house because they can't pay the $7,000 in taxes a year. They see that shit, and I'm like, I'm not gonna buy a house. I'm not gonna work at a company for 19 years and get fired before I hit my 20 years. Like, they're aware of all this shit. They see all of us, or their parents or their grandparents, fucking all fucked up, and they're like, we ain't doing that. I'm not gonna beat up my
Where?
body for.
Where do you see this at? Where? I don't see this. I don't see that.
I mean, I see kids. I mean, I watch YouTube, and all the people that say, "Oh, I don't want to work for no one else." I don't take it as lazy. I take it as they're, like you said, people that think outside of the box. Like, I'm not just gonna get a 9 to 5 and work here for 20 years and then have a house, and then the bank's gonna take it when I'm 90 years old, or I'm gonna go in a nursing home and the nursing home's gonna take my crib. Like, you know what I'm saying? I They don't want that. They don't want that America. They don't want that American dream anymore, because it's not there. The American dream's not there. And you're right, those jobs are not going to be there. And there's going to be way more jobs that are going to be cut out because of AI. The advances in AI are going to cut out tons of fucking jobs. Tons. They're going to cut out so many jobs. AI is going to take over. They're already thinking of, how are we going to subsidize half of the country, more than half of the country that's not going to be working, because AI is going to take over everything. That's a conversation that's going to happen very, very soon.
So what do you do?
They already
It's just.
they already
So
got
what do you do?
self-driving.
Okay, well, major in some STEM shit.
That they're gonna have AI for the doctors, bro. They're already replacing the doctors. The doctor's just gonna be a middleman to tell you, to give you the information. Like, that shit is already happening. So
Come
you
on,
gotta,
come on.
like,
Not you too. Not you too, bro. Please, not you. You too old for that, bro. You too old for that. So who's going to do the surgeries? Who's going to stick their
now.
finger up your ass to give you to check your prostate?
They're
Who's going to stick a scope up your ass to check your colon? Like, come on, bro.
They're not
Like,
gonna
these
need
aren't
that, man.
these aren't. So who's going to stick a fucking scope up in your ass to do a colonoscopy?
My wife is a surgical
Oh, come
coordinator,
on,
bro,
bro.
and they're phasing out that shit, bro. Like, all that shit is already, they're already in the
So
steps of.
So you mean to tell me you're gonna walk into a room, you're gonna lay on a goddamn bed and just bend over, you're gonna automatically go to sleep on your own, and the scope is gonna go up in your ass and look at your colon and automatically cut whatever polyps you got, benign or cancerous, and then just tell you, hey, I cut 2 polyps out. We're gonna test them. We're gonna call you tomorrow. Come on, bro. Stop it, bro.
You're gonna lay on the table. You're gonna go to You're gonna go to the doctor's office. A machine is gonna see you. The machine is gonna give the doctor all the information. The doctor is gonna walk in with a piece of paper and say, "You got A, B, C, and D. Here are the treatments for it." And then they're gonna put you in another room, and that's just gonna. It's like everything's getting phased out, bro. Everything's getting phased out.
You're over 40. I'm hoping you've had a colonoscopy. Have you had one?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay, well, you need to have one because you're over 40. All right. We need to check that colon and make sure you Gucci. But as a person who's over 40 who's had one already, I don't see a machine doing that. I don't see a machine putting me to sleep. I don't see a machine doing that procedure. You could say you good, and I know it's a touchy subject with men because it you know how it got done, but I'd rather go through that process and live a longer life than to avoid it. But for a person who's been through it, I don't see a machine just automatically doing that.
Yeah, it's coming,
because it's a process. It's not coming. Like, how is that going to happen? How?
Yeah, I mean, technology, bro. Like, that shit's advancing, bro, faster than.
All right, bro. You got it. You got it, bro. I think like Change is saying, I just think some jobs in healthcare you're just not going to be able to get rid of. Like, okay, you're a man, a prostate. You got to get your prostate checked. You black, you got 50 enlarged prostate cancer is something that runs in our culture. You got to get it done, bro. It's not something a machine can do. It sucks, but it's not something that a machine can do, bro. So I disagree, bro. I'm not worried about artificial intelligence, and I don't use it as a scapegoat. And I know you're not a dumb person. So that's why even though we disagree from a political standpoint currently, I'm shocked that you're like this type of rhetoric. I expect this shit from Daniel or somebody like that. I wouldn't expect that shit from you.
All right, so in March 2025, Bill Gates, AI will replace doctors, teachers within the next 10 years. Artificial intelligence will likely replace doctors, teachers, and more professionals within the decade, according to Bill Gates. Like they doing this shit, bro. Like all this shit is gone.
Not everything is gonna go,
Microsoft
bro.
co-founder also will not be needed for most things. Gates remains optimistic about the future of AI, however, especially regards of health and climate. Artificial intelligence will likely replace doctors, teachers, and more professionals within the decade. Let's see. Let's see. So Actability 69 give us 2 cents. AI, pros and cons, layman's terms. So the era we've come into sort of vision of computing was expensive and it's basically become free. So same thing, right? Like when we had first got the computers and shit, that shit was like when you first got your TV, right? When you got your first flat screen, that shit was like what, 2 Gs? You can go to Walmart now and they're like 250. Like this shit is coming, bro. Within the decade, doctors, teachers, all that shit is gonna be replaced, bro.
I
So we're gonna
just
be working. Look, he said people should be working maybe 2 days a week. That's what it's gonna come down within the decade.
okay.
Everybody. That's what they're aiming.
All
In
right.
2 days, AI, robot taking over.
All right. So what's gonna happen? What you gonna do? Since you believed in this, I believe that yes, technology is going to
Stay at home,
continue to replace jobs, but you gonna stay at home and do what?
live life like everyone else.
And how you gonna be able to afford to do it?
Everyone's gonna, the companies that have all these robots and AIs, they're gonna have to subsidize they're gonna have to subsidize people.
So they're just gonna pay you
Otherwise,
just
we're
to
gonna
be.
revolt and take.
They're just gonna pay you just to be breathing.
They,
Man, we just gonna you breathing, so we're gonna give you
they're
a
gonna
check. Okay.
have to, yo.
All right.
It's coming, bro.
All right. So what determines where you fall like where do you fall socioeconomically? Like who determines, well, we're gonna pay you this much to sit at home, we're gonna pay you this much to sit at home, and we're gonna pay you this much to sit at home? Who's gonna be in control of that hierarchy, and what's gonna be the like how are they gonna determine who gets what?
Sure. So once these there's 4 companies that basically run the country, BlackRock, all them motherfuckers. So what Congress is gonna have to do, what the government is gonna have to do, is they're gonna have to go to these company owners and say, hey, you're making all this money off of these robots and AI and stuff like that. We're gonna have to subsidize the people because they're gonna be making as much as they're making now. They're gonna have all the money. So the 1% is going to have all the money, and it's going to get to the point where they're going to have to subsidize. They're going to have to pay if it's $1,000 a week or some shit like that. It's going to be across the board. It's going to be for everybody, and that's what like watch any sci-fi movie, man. They're already programming us for this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Watch any of the new sci-fi movies. That's all they're doing. They're hooked up to video games and shit. They got money. They got the housing. They got their food. It's not the best shit, but they got all their stuff provided for them, and they just stay home and.
So this is across the board. This one number across the board.
One number across the board. Yep.
So then, what's going to cure the desire? Well, then guess what? A person like me, I'm not fucking with that shit. So what is going to prevent me from coming out? Or let me not say me. What's going to prevent the next person who has the desire for more to come out and take your shit?
Everyone's gonna have the same shit. There's gonna be no desire for it. There's gonna none of that. All this shit
we're humans.
that we're arguing about.
We're humans. We're humans. There's always gonna be a desire for more.
Because we've been doing this same thing for so long, where we just work till we die type of shit. There's gonna be a time where people are gonna be born and they're like, do whatever you fucking feel passionate about. You like to sing, sing. You want to be an artist, be an artist. And that's what people are going to be doing. We're not going to spend 90% of our lives working, bro. Like, we spend most of our time working or sleeping, right? Those are the 2 things that occupy most of our time. That shit's going to go away eventually, bro.
So we just all going to be rich. And we just going to be able to just do whatever we want to do whenever.
No, the rich are going to be rich, and all the rest of us are going to just have our basic needs met. That's all it means. Basic needs. If you want to go do some other shit on the side, you're gonna be free to do that. But there's not gonna be any jobs for you. You're not gonna be able to jump in a truck and go run a load for $500. You're not gonna be able to do that. That stuff's gonna already be taken care of, bro. There's the farms are gonna be taken care of. All that shit's are gonna be taken care of.
All right.
It's a
All
thing,
right.
bro. It
Okay.
is a thing.
I hear you. I hear you. I believe technology is going to continue to advance. I see technology advancing way faster today than it has ever in my lifetime. Um, I still believe there's going to be jobs, less jobs, but still jobs nonetheless. And I think people need to proactively start thinking about the future because jobs are going to be a privilege in another 5 to 10 years. And I think people need to invest into the things as far as from a work perspective, job, if a person looking for a career, on things that they can't easily be displaced. I think that I don't think like what you're thinking, like I don't like that is a recipe for disaster. Like we all can't be here. There's going to be somebody that wants to be here. I don't want to wear the same shit. I don't want to live how you live. I want to be better than you. That's just how we are as humans. So that's going to be worse than what it is now, because now if we're limited to how much money that we can earn, then we're just going to start taking people's shit.
Then people are gonna have the same shit as you. It's gonna be nothing to take.
You're missing the point. No, I want more. I want more of the same shit. I don't want you. If we're just giving a pair of Air Force Ones a week, I'm gonna go take 4 other people's Air Force Ones when they get theirs at the beginning of the week because I want to switch up every day. So, but the point that I'm trying to say, there's always going to be a hierarchy. We're all not here. We're all not here. There's going to be a group of people that have a desire for more. I don't believe that, because if that were to happen, then shit is going to be really fucked up out here. If everybody gets the same thing, okay, you get a box of bullets every week. Man, if the shit go down, I'm going to need more bullets. I don't want the same amount of bullets you got. I want more bullets than you. So I'm going to go take your bullets. Make this shit make sense, bro.
I think all those things are like desires and things that we've been programmed to think like that. I think once we get to a place where we don't got to do that shit, it's not gonna be like that. So like,
Bro,
just circling around, the whole thing is that the younger generations are kind of aware of this shit, and they're like, I'm not breaking my back, bro. I'm gonna go do some fucking easy ass shit from home type of shit.
The younger generation taking shit now. Look what they doing out in LA. They taking shit, bro. They taking shit. They running in stores taking shit. They doing it here. They'll steal your car, drive your whole car into a building and take everything. They taking shit now and they can go out and work.
I think it's because it's just like, it's a society thing, bro. I don't think it's a need. Like, if you think they stealing all them coats and shit because they need it, you think they need that stuff?
You proving my point. You prove that.
No, I'm saying
that question right there proves my point.
The people in LA, right? Are they stealing that stuff because they like? I've seen some where they stealing from grocery stores.
Look at it like this.
Like that.
Look at it like this. We're humans. We gonna always want more. You got niggas that got women. They married. They cheat. Your one woman ain't enough. You got people that work. They already have a good quality of life, but they desire more money. You got people that enough, it'll never be enough. We're humans. We're gonna always desire more. If you force on us, listen, this is what you're gonna make, and this is for everybody across the board, it's not gonna change people's mindset of being humans and having a desire for more. If I'm a man and I'm accustomed to more than one woman, okay, this is enough for me to take care of this one woman and family, but I'm still a cheater and I still got to take care of my other 2 women. So that means what? Now I got to go take from you so that I can be able to take care of 2 or 3 households. I can't work to go take care of 2 or 3 households. So that means I got to take from somebody else. I don't believe that, bro. That's a recipe for disaster, bro. Listen, we have to have people here. We have to have people here. We have to have people here. This is why the cost of not the cost of living, the federal minimum wage doesn't go up. We have to suppress people. Why? Because that allows the people up here. The people up here ain't going to do the shit that the people down here have to do. Why? Because we can afford, these people can afford to pay the people down here to do that shit for them. Right? If we put everybody here, you're saying robots are going to replace all the people below this, but see, now that everybody's here, there's still going to be people here like me that I want more, bro. I'm not, you making me complacent. No, bro, I need more. I want more. I want more.
Yeah,
this is boring.
You're going to have, it's not going to be more money. It's going to be, you're going to have more time, man. You're going to have more time to.
I got all the time in the world right now.
Not you, I'm saying in general, people are gonna have more time to do whatever the fuck they want. That's what people want, man. Like my most precious thing is my time, right? Like when I go spend time with my family, when I go do stuff, like my time is valuable, right? That's gonna be something that people are gonna have endless amount of time to do whatever the fuck they want.
No, we can't have everybody. Everybody can't have that. That's not fair. That's not fair, bro. Everybody can't have that. Why? Because we need people to keep the economy going. We need people to build these automation, these robotics and shit like that. Not everything is going to be replaced. No. Everybody cannot be afforded the opportunity to have this time freedom. That's something that has to be continuously has to be earned. There's a hierarchy, bro. It has to. It's crazy. Listen to me. As crazy as it sounds, this is what makes things go. This is what makes things go, bro.
For now, yeah, for now. But that's why we need immigrant labor, bro, so that the worst of us go and do other stuff. Like we need, like you just said it, like we need people at the bottom to do the stuff that we don't want to do for that amount, for the $750. You can get immigrants in here and go work in the fields for 14 hours for $5 an hour type of shit, and they're more than happy to do that. So
that sounds like slavery. That sounds like slavery.
That's what we're doing. But it's sufficient for them because they could send enough home. And like you said, the people that live across the street from you with the 3 families, that's what they do. They don't need average American.
So it's okay for them. But I thought you were against slavery. So it's okay to enslave. Humans are humans. I don't give a fuck where they come from. I just don't agree with them crossing the border illegally. But why is it okay for them, but it's not okay for us?
Because they're choosing to do it. They're not for, like, Mexicans are not forced to come over here and work in California in the farms. It works for them. It works for them, and Americans don't want to do it, so that's why we need them. That's why we need them here.
All right, bro.
And if they're all gone, let's say we get rid of all the migrants. Let's say what Trump wants to do, get rid of all the it's basically Hispanic people. Let's get rid of all them. Who's gonna fill those field jobs? Who do you think? You think he's gonna send out his kin in them? He's not gonna send white people out there to pick the fields. He's not, bro.
I think farming is I see more Hispanic farmers. I think more Hispanics are getting into farming, right? Because a lot of the Caucasians that were the farmers were more prevalent in farming. In the old times, previous generations, their kids, they don't want to do that shit. So you see more Hispanics getting into it, but these are Hispanics that are over here that have a right to be here, whether they have citizenship or whatever. So, I mean, people are going to do it. Why? There's a lot of money. There's a lot of money in farming, bro. There's money in farming. Right. So why is this? Right. Why is farming a bad thing, bro? It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing.
The 14 hours in the sun,
bro, and it translates to a lot of money. Listen, work is work, bro. I spent 14. I spent 14 hours in the sun. Listen, if I had to trade picking fruits and vegetables in the sun versus lifting heavy shit in the sun, fuck it, give me the fruits and the vegetables. I'm not. It's not strenuous and taxing on my body. I'm still under the sun. At the end of the day, work is work, bro. Work is work, bro. At the end of the day, work is work. Work is work. So we all need to just be free. We just need to just not work and be lazy and just live.
So that's where society's going.
That's where you want it to go.
No, that's where it's going. That's what the billionaires are saying. That's what Bill Gates is saying within the next 10 years is going to happen. Not me. That's what Bill Gates is saying. That's what Elon Musk is saying. That's what these guys are saying. The people that actually have to do that shit, that's what they're saying. They're going to be done with this shit. They're not going to have human employees anymore. They got self-driving cars, right? What's the next step?
What's the next step? Tell me. The self-driving cars, that shit don't affect me because I'm not a gigger. I don't drive Uber or Lyft. Those are those people that's affected. That's not affecting me. See, I only worry about me and mine, bro, and the people that rock with me. I don't worry about people that's ignorant. Huh?
They got self-driving trucks. They got the self-driving trucks out already.
That ain't got shit to do with me. I already made my money in trucking. I'm out. Okay. That ain't got shit to do with me neither. And I coach my people to not do dumb shit while the money is plentiful and while the money is good and start transitioning that shit into something else. I just did a whole live stream the other day talking about how retailers are pulling away from independent owner operators and going back to how we grew up when they controlled the delivery. They're buying their own trucks and they're controlling it within house. I give people the blueprint and I say, yo, this shit is coming to an end. Home Depot already pulled, I think Rooms to Go already pulled away. Lowe's is next. I'm very transparent. If you want to be ignorant and you don't want to listen, then that's on you. Don't come crying in 5 to 10 years talking about this dumb shit. Proof is in the pudding. Jezebel says she doesn't believe a robot would drive a semi. You already got some autonomous trucks that are running downstate at Texas, Arizona. My concern is places like where I live, where there's inclement weather, they're not here. What are they going to do to ensure the safety of markets like up north where there's snow, sleet, and shit like that, where these vehicles can operate safely like how they can do down in Texas and down in Arizona where the weather isn't as bad? But it already exists. It's just how are they going to ensure? Like I've owned an electric vehicle, right? Even the shit that I have that's not electric, the sensors. I live in Chicago. When it snows and it gets below zero and that ice freezes up over the sensors go haywire. They're beeping, they're going off. The ice is covering the sensors. It thinks somebody's walking in front of the car and it's really just ice. So I can only imagine what would happen if something that's fully autonomous is driving up into this market and the sensors get covered with snow and ice, right? They haven't figured that part out yet. Not saying that they won't figure it out, but it already does exist. I think me and his debate, we just have different ways of. I just don't think everything is going to get replaced. Our industries changing, our jobs being replaced with technology and removing humans. Absolutely, it's going to continue to go in that direction. But I think there's still going to be opportunity for people. People just need to major into the right things. I just don't see like a plumber or an electrician. Like I don't think those things can be replaced with robotics fully. You know what I'm saying? So, like these types of discussions, I love having these types of discussions. I like having this because it exercises the brain, and these are the conversations that we need to be having instead of this dumb shit that's being perpetuated on some of these other platforms that's misleading the people. These are the conversations to open people's minds up. The problem with a lot of people where they get messed up at is they don't prep and prepare for what's to come. They live in the now. No, it's August 4th right now today. I'm living August 4th, 2025. Mentally, I'm in fucking February 2026 somewhere. I've already planned out the rest of my year. I'm looking into next year. I'm already prepping next year. So when shit does arise, it's not, it's caught me off guard. Nah, we already prepping and we preparing for it. We planning for it. We don't want to be the people that get caught left holding the bag. Never. Listen, it only took me one time to get caught left holding the bag. And I said never again. And I'm glad that was years ago in my 20s. But that was what I needed to wake the fuck up, because a lot of this woke shit that a lot of people are going through now, I went through that shit in my 20s. I went through some shit and I just didn't understand why are people like this? Man, I'm just trying to figure things out. Why doesn't anybody feel bad for the fact that I'm just trying to figure things out? And then I realized nobody gave a fuck. And I've been good ever since. Once I snapped out of that shit and I realized that nobody gave a fuck about my black ass. And then I thought, God forbid something happened to my OG. I'm out here on the dolo. There's nobody that's going to care about me. Being the oldest is my responsibility to make sure that my brother is straight. I realized that, listen, wake the fuck up. Let me go get this shit. Nobody gives a fuck. We live in a capitalistic society. You can sit up here, whine, moan, complain all you want. You can come on the internet, whine, moan, and complain. You're not giving no value to nobody. You just gonna have a bunch of people that's in your situation that's gonna be like, okay, it's gonna be all right. And then that's why you stay complacent, and that's why you stay below water. I don't do that shit over here, bro. Over here, we think ahead. We brainstorm. We take advantage of the ignorance. Remain ignorant. And let me know how the rest of your life go. I'm out, man. Peace.